Previously on Dark Heresy.
A furious gunfight erupted throughout the train. Passengers were slaughtered, but the bandits met their match when they stormed the passenger car containing the acolytes. The fleeing Obadiah Grace was rapidly dispatched by a stub round to his leg, and he bled out in short order. Corruption from the nearby warp rift permeated the combat. Most of the acolytes felt a maddening buzzing in their minds and felt the sharp, metallic taste of blood in their mouths. Quintius spat onto the carriage floor, and it was pure black. Arnold Stormsinger was over-enthusiastic with his double-handed greatsword, missing his opponent and lodging the blade into the side of the passenger car.
Right.
However, he did not let this hamper his combat, instead grappling a nearby bandit and pulling him through the lodged blade, bisecting him. Later in the combat, he dispatched a bandit with a point-blank blast from his doom-pattern shotgun. Arnold seemed to relish... Sorry?
Sorry, is that a shotgun which plays doom music every time I equip it? It'd be awesome. No, that doesn't take damage. It just plays awesome doom music to get you motivated.
Yeah, you have a little tape recorder.
Yeah, I think he's gonna have it on play.
Ask Alexa. I'm sure she can sort that.
I'll ask her later. Thank you.
Arnold seemed to relish in the bloodshed and the carnage, the metallic tang returning, his Fenrisian upbringing coming to the fore. However, he sustained wounds during the firefight. Alexa's targeting protocols went into overdrive, and she activated into a killing frenzy, destroying one bandit after another with a fearsome efficiency bordering on the psychopathic. A las pistol is a reliable weapon, but not the most feared in the universe. Alexa, having modified her las pistol over many years during her studies as a tech priestess, used the weapon to cause utter carnage. As a juxtaposition to the slaying, she delivered several witty retorts to her enemies. Quintius managed to keep himself alive,
Woohoo!
having started the combat with no armor to speak of. He also took his first human life, spraying a bandit with auto rounds. Later in the combat, as the bandits started to treat him as more and more of a threat, they eventually shot him in the chest with a blunderbuss. Quintius also managed to acquire some exceptional loot, locating a portfolio of important-looking documents.
I said lube there.
Lube? I hope not. Exceptional lube, not that standard lube.
Easy slip, not grip.
Actor's lube.
Locating a portfolio of important-looking documents, a ring of precious metal, and a pouch which was stuffed into the boot of one of the bandits. Yarn systematically summoned the power of the warp to bend chance in his favour. He used his las pistol to great effect against the bandits. However, it seemed as though the spirits forsook him after a while. The fortunes rebelled against his psionic power. A banshee scream erupted from his mouth, deafening most of the bandits and acolytes. All the windows in the train shattered at once, showing everyone and everything with broken glass. Yarn's trusty imp pattern las pistol, usually such a reliable weapon, malfunctioned and started to overload. Yarn used this to his advantage and shoved the pistol into the armor of a nearby bandit. Shortly following, the bandit detonated, showering Yarn and Arnold with blood and offal. Both Yarn and Quintius lost their recently purchased armor during the ambush. This flak armor seemed to fall apart into dust, as soon as it was struck by any projectile.
Made out of shreddies.
What caused the flak to behave in such a manner was unclear, but surely the crooked quartermaster, Dominic Peters, was responsible for providing such deficient equipment. The bandits were decimated, and the few remaining broke and tried to flee. Alexa gunned down one of them at the back of the train before checking that the train's promethium cargo was intact. Yarn chased down another to the engine, where he encountered the bandits' leader, who held the train driver as a hostage, using him as a human shield. Yarn's first blow accidentally took the hostage in the chest, hurting him badly. His second blow, though...
Man,
For the Emperor!
he was in my way.
His second blow was clean and pure, catching the bandit leader in the neck and cracking it into two. The remaining bandit's nerve was broken, and he was interrogated, confessing that he was a member of the Shattered Hand clan, and that the raid was engineered to steal the promethium cargo. As he had little more useful to say, Alexa broke his hand. Arnold quickly snapped his neck, while Alexa simultaneously used her new toy, a nail gun, to drive several nails into the bandit's back.
Overkill.
The train driver seemed happy.
Seems
Seems-
happy to see some bloodshed.
He was. The train driver seemed happy at the slaying of the bandit twice over. He offered his thanks to the acolytes for saving his life. Whilst looting, Yarn once more tried to bend the fortunes to his will and suffered the consequences as the spirits rebelled against his control. No man should wield so much luck. Electricity sparked from the shaman in all directions as he levitated off the ground. Everyone's hair stood on end, but Alexa, more machine than man, was adversely affected by the psycho-electromagnetic force and powered down, undergoing a short system reboot. Once the acolytes arrived at Port Chula, they purchased fruit juice and maps from some nearby children entrepreneurs.
Fruit juice. Fruit juice. Was I
Fruit
sleeping
juice.
at the point in time?
It's like children were just firing nails and just gunning down bandits, and it's like, oh, fruit juice.
I need a refreshing drink. Okay, guys.
Matt handed away our entrepreneurial spirit.
Dark Heresy Campaign.
Your reward.
How many guns did we pick up tomorrow?
All this slaughter does, work up the
Build up the
first. It does, doesn't it? It does. So, right. So you see the port itself. Port Chula is a crude settlement surrounded by thick, black, rockcrete walls. The sun beats down on you relentlessly, and little biting flies swarm in packs everywhere. They seem especially interested in Arnold and Yarn.
Get
Gun
the stupid
emplacements.
flies away from me.
Gun emplacements dot the wall of the port at periodic
off.
intervals.
Sorry.
Yeah, Yarn and Arnie also both covered in blood, by the way.
Yeah.
And Gibbs. And,
I'm licking it off
giblets.
myself. Trying to clean myself by licking myself caveman style.
like a
myself.
cat.
Like a cat, yeah. So smudging it around everywhere. Licking a bit of bar.
They're licking off your balls as well.
Anywhere it's gone.
Tall
Flexible
smokestacks.
The flexible Fenrisian.
Don't tell me you can lick your own arsehole, Arnold.
No.
Make
no,
an
but it's
agility
not-
test.
Tall smokestacks can be seen rising above the walls, the telltale sign of heavy industry. And above you in the evening sky, you see the familiar sight of the gigantic warp rift. Imperial energies crash and cascade into one another. The colours seem too bright, too unreal to be true. Warp storms whirl around the rift, threatening destruction to any foolish enough to draw close. I'd like everyone to please make a willpower test.
Oh no, my weakness. One of my weaknesses.
I
Yeah, that's mine
failed
as well.
by.
Hang on.
Mine's 27, I think. No, 29. Or 27, something like that.
That's shockingly bad, Dave.
Yeah.
Shockingly bad.
Yeah. I couldn't have done much worse.
Okay, so Johnny and Brownie looking good. So Quintius and Arnold, you both gain a corruption point.
Oh no.
I'm gonna
That's
be
my
looking
third.
at that chaos in no time.
I'm already
Okay.
pre-corrupted anyway, so
That's it. No, you're going to come back a wolf and Hayden.
Look to the dark god.
he's gonna turn into a fucking wolf, and
That'd be so funny.
it'd be amazing.
Go Pat
We
Wolf.
we shall see. So the warp rift looks nothing so much to you as an eye, enormous, prying, and inquisitive. There is nowhere in the universe that you could hide from this cold, soulless scrutiny. Something, someone, alien, stares into the fabric of your being.
Dear.
You are seen and found wanting. Okay, guys. So how this session is going to go is really it's kind of up to you what you do, where you go, and it's a bit of a sandbox in that regard. So yeah, obviously I've got no idea how you're going to approach your objectives. If you look in the notes.
Again?
If you look in the notes, I've listed your current objectives, but I'll go through them. I'll read them out. But they're in. There should be a handout in Roll20 that you can see. So your main objective is to locate and retrieve a painting by Erroneous Gelt. And Jan has had a vision of this painting. I don't know if you shared this information with everyone else, Brownie, or
No,
not.
I don't think you did.
No. But anyway, Brownie's had a vision of it. It was being held in an old battleship in a region of swampland. So this is your primary objective, and the painting is to be retrieved at any cost.
Any.
Your secondary objectives are to familiarize yourself with the port, ingratiate yourself with the locals, and make no mention of the Inquisition or Inquisitor Lucius.
Oh.
So you're to set up a base of operations and develop a cover story for your presence. You are to keep a low profile as much as possible, and use subtlety, for on previous operations to the port, acolytes have gone missing. And finally, your tertiary objectives are to develop your personal resources and the resources of the ship.
Okay.
So yeah, like I say, we've got this bit of a sandbox here, I suppose. There's a map of the port, and you should also be able to see a key to that in the handouts, which you bought this little map off the kids, so that'll give you an idea where you might want to start.
Okay.
And yeah, and really, I just it's kind of up to you how you want to approach this. So
So we're at number 1 at the moment then.
well, at the moment you're at the train station, which is number 1. The train's parked up, and there's some guys like attaching pipes, like hoses, using a mobile pump to some permanent pipe work, which leads off to some chemical tanks nearby. So they're going to offload the Prometheum. So there's a few operators. You see one of the operators, no, two of the operators, both smoking fags while they're doing this task, which seems unwise to you. But yeah,
It's only Prometheum.
I got any grenades on me?
I don't think you did buy any grenades.
Hayden.
I don't think you did.
Destroy Port Chula.
Let's have a look. I think you decided you against it, and you spent all your money, I think, on
my
your
sword.
great sword.
Yeah, and then pass
So
the rest
I'll
of the
check.
group. Yeah, no worries. That can wait.
Is there any security or anything like that sort of around here?
Okay, so in terms of security, you see this little chemical storage facility does have chain link fences, and you do see patrols moving around that. So the chemicals seem to be guarded, and you also see enforcers based in the towers around the port itself. But the main gate of the port is open, and you see people coming in and out, and no one appears to be being stopped.
Gentlemen. Oh, sorry.
I was just about to say it's mainly like horse-drawn traffic or groxes. There don't seem to be many vehicles.
Low-tech.
Yeah, it's
Okay.
all low-tech. You can't really see any cars or bikes. It's just more...
Reminds me a little bit more Fenris than I would have originally thought.
Gentlemen, and of course, madam, may I suggest we do something about the large amounts of viscera across the two of you here? There are a lot of dead people on the train. We could maybe grab some clothes.
Viscera.
Viscera, blood,
What is
Arnold, blood.
Blood. Oh,
Blood and guts, entrails.
I'll lick it off. Don't worry.
There's rather a lot to be. No, I don't think you might catch. Oh dear, oh dear.
One around them dogs, man.
I'm gonna turn and try and get back on the train.
I'm just going to pick an ear off my shoulder and eat it in front of Quintius.
just to remind you guys, is that Arnold did loot 2 sets of gang levers from the bandits. As in he got bits which weren't damaged or weren't covered in blood, or not much blood anyway, for Quintius and Jan if they wanted them. I think they are.
I've put them on the offer, didn't I?
Yeah, I think you offered them up, and I think you
wearing those if they repeatedly prey on the trains.
That's fine.
Does anyone have a picked capturing device?
I believe. I don't know. I think I might have.
I have a.
Let's have a
I
look.
can get some coal and some parchment.
I don't know if I do, but.
Having a look.
I've got a data slate that could, if I can take photos on that.
No, I'm
Give me a
afraid
second.
it's
We'll
not.
start what you want drawing.
Oh, actually, yeah. If you've got a data slate, you can take a picture on that. It's like an iPad, I'd say. So
Yeah.
That's fine.
Alexa, could I borrow you for a moment?
Certainly. What may I help you with?
I'm going to lead Alexa back onto the train if I can, and go over to the body of Obadiah.
Yeah, there's no one really stopping people from going back on the train. As you head back towards the train, though, you do see the train driver getting out of the engine, and as he notices you, he starts to walk towards you.
Just lift my bag, my good man. Not this one, my other one. I won't be a moment.
That's no problem. Seems like the least I can do for you. I never caught your name. And he extends his hand and goes, "Name's Damon."
Trevor Phillips.
Very good. Nice to meet you, Trevor. Seems to me that we owe you a favor. Maybe there might be a reward in it for saving all this Prometheum.
A reward, you say?
Where are you guys staying?
Oh well, we have business in town, but we don't currently have lodgings. Actually, could you recommend somewhere, my good man?
Yes, I can. Just give me a second while I load it up. Sure, if I was needing a place to stay, I'd go down to the docks, get myself a bed in the Restless Hunter. I mean, there's other inns in town, but the Imperial Might, that's where all the enforcers and black shirts go.
Yeah, it's a very secure establishment.
Yeah. So if you wanted security, I'd go there, but it's not a very enjoyable place to have a drink, in my mind.
This Restless Hunter sounds a wonderful diversion. Perhaps we should visit. Will you be there later?
No, I'll be going back to my home. But the other place in town you might get a bed if you're of a mind is the casino.
Casino, you say?
Yeah, but the beds there quite expensive, if you know what I mean. I don't know. There's something about that place. I don't think I'd go there myself, but that's up to you guys.
Where is the casino located?
Okay. He sees you've got a map, and he
Funny something into it.
he points to it. If you look at the map, which is also on the
13,
Roll20
Honey
screen, it's 13. Yeah,
Yeah,
the
it's
Honey
quite
Pot
close.
Casino.
It's quite close.
Very well. Right. Well, thank you for your help, my good man. Who would we see about a reward for our endeavours?
Well, that's a good question. I've got to go report all this to the black shirts, and they'll be sure to ask me who's responsible for saving the day. So I'll tell them you're planning on going to the Restless Hunter, if that is your plan, and I'll give him your name, Trevor Phillips, right?
Yes, that was right. Trevor Phillips, yes.
Very good. Well, yes, they'll maybe take a day or so before this all gets sorted.
Oh, yes, that's fine. I'm sure we'll be here sometime. Our business is sure to take up longer than that. And your name, sir, your name. I didn't catch your name.
My name is Damon Stonehouse.
Damon, yes, I remember now. My apologies. Terrible memory for names. Damon Stoneflesh, was it? Yes.
Stonehouse, my
Oh,
good man.
Stonehouse. My apologies. That wasn't Quintius getting that wrong. That was David writing flesh for no reason. Right. So I'm going to try and get Alexa back on the train, away from the driver. And I'm going to lead her over to Obadiah's body and go, could you do maybe a favor, Alexa? Capture an image of this man's face, a likeness of him, if you will. Yes.
It's like a deaf rictus.
I'm just gonna boot his corpse over, just like use my foot, like it's sort of a stiletto boot, but just like sort of hook it onto him and push his body over so his face is showing.
Yeah, it's not a pretty sight.
And then just like close his mouth, like put the tongue back in, and like clean a bit of the blood off his face, and then done.
Okay.
And then I'm going to. What's he wearing, Al?
He's wearing it's a bit similar to a like a 3-piece suit. So he's got like a jacket, trousers, and a little waistcoat. He's wearing his shirt. He's just quite smartly dressed. Looks like he's a well-to-do fellow. He's also got a like a bowler hat.
I am going to take his clothes.
Okay. Right, you take his clothes. The trousers you leave because
He got shot in them.
he got shot in the leg. His leg was really ruined, and he just gushed blood out. So trousers are, beyond use. But you take his suit, his waistcoat.
Could you chop off a leg and use them as pair of boxers?
Suit.
I'm going to take one of those armor sets and can I stick them on this guy that they're stripping clothes off?
If you want to, you're going on the train as well.
No, that's a waste. You'll have to argue that with Arnold because he'd be like, I could either sell them for the group or you can wear them.
You're giving them to me or not, man?
Well, only if you're going to wear them.
I do what I want with my. I can't stop using the Arnie.
Jan's a mimic too. What on earth's going on?
True. I'm not on the train actually.
Okay, so you're not going on the train.
We're both having a conversation about like.
Stop licking that blood off yourself, man. You're fucking filthy.
Right. So when I've got the clothes, when I've got the clothes and Alexa's got the picture, I'm done, and I'm just going to pat Alexa on the shoulder and go, "Thank you very much, young lady. Would you mind holding on to that for me?"
Touch me again, and I'll break your arm.
I apologize. And I start thinking about Arnie nearly crushing my arm.
I'm just,
Everyone's out to hurt me. And I'm just going to back away and get off the train.
Thank you.
Okay, so
Reached.
you're all stood outside the train now. The operators are pumping promethium off to the chemical storage facility. Damon's headed off to the town. As I've actually no, there's no passengers, but there's the kids are still there. They're the only people who are left. The entrepreneurs.
I'm going to head over to Jan and say, Jan, my dear boy, are you aware that you're a little covered in parts of somebody?
Media, you know.
Well, it's just, it might attract attention that we would rather avoid. I was wondering if perhaps we should clean you up a little.
Where yeah, I say.
Yeah, I'll help.
Does anyone
Sure,
understand
Alan.
this, man? Do I have like a handkerchief or anything like that, Alan? Would I have such a thing?
Yeah, but it's totally inadequate to the task at hand.
But I'm going to start just wiping at his face, trying to get off as much as I can with a handkerchief.
I'm going to wave him away, take the handkerchief, and go, yeah, Rick.
Ooh,
pushes you away, Dave.
Okay. Oh, I'm sorry, my old bean. Just one other thing, Jan. That. Have you seen anything like that before? And I point.
I'm going to slap him round the face and say, didn't be looking at it, man.
Oh, no. Oh, horrified that I've been slapped. I have no intention of looking at it. I'm just asking if you've seen something like it before.
Yeah, many times, man. Something along the line.
Yes. I feared as much.
The other side looking straight at you. Don't look into it, lest you want to load some of yourself.
No, I don't. I don't intend to look into it at all. Shall we? And I'm just going to look up and down at Arnie. Look at Arnie again, who's still covered in blood, and go, oh dear.
Anyway, I suggest we go to. Oh, sorry, that's Dick. Right. The brownie bean in the group.
Everyone's getting confused.
Everyone's swapping accents.
I know.
We are ill-equipped to deal with a manifestation of that size, man. I don't like that we've been sent here.
I suggest we find ourselves a little stronghold. Maybe take someone's house, dispose of them, and use that as a base of operations so we don't have to use any money.
Now, my dear man, the first thing I suggest,
What?
the first thing I would suggest is we don't kill people.
I can do it silently. I'll give them a cigar and drink of Amsec, and then snap on the neck between them just before they waste my drink.
I really, really feel we need to establish some sort of rules of operation here. Perhaps, I mean, I'm not saying we shouldn't kill people, but I'm saying that the more we kill, the more attention we attract. I think we should try and be on the down low. Let's get off the street. We're standing around here like
We're at the train station.
We're standing around here. We're standing around here like a bunch of chuckleheads. We need to go and find somewhere to sit.
As this guy's saying this to me, I'm going to walk off to the crew where they've got any, like, where I can see the bit of water thing dripping around there, and ask the crew just to hose me off really fast. You know, the railway crew, which
that's
are loaded
Prometheum, dude.
I mean, you don't see any sort of running water. What they're doing at the minute is pumping off liquid Prometheum.
I just about to dice myself in Prometheum.
And then lighten those stick.
And it would be the shortest character life of any campaign. He just sets himself on fire. Okay, right. But no, you think better of it.
Arnold, the train driver man suggested we should head to the Restless Hunter Inn down by the docks. Good beds, something to eat, a drink. We can maybe sit, unwind a little after the hectic last few hours, and we can strategize.
Ale sounds a good drink to me.
What about the casino?
Yes. We could drink to our victories.
A casino?
I also need to go and see.
Yes, the casino.
A casino sounds like it might be a little high profile. I would expect security there. We need to establish ourselves in this town before we start making waves and getting noticed.
I disagree.
Very well. Miss Alexa disagrees, Arnold.
Alexa, so would you think about taking a house for ourselves so we don't have to pay for accommodation?
Yes, I would.
Let's go scout out some
save our
houses.
money and buy weapons and grenades.
Ah, I like you, Alexa. Come on, little man. I'm going to put you on my shoulder. We can go.
I'm not that small. I'm not that small.
Hey, it's small enough, Brad. It's still picking one arm and putting it on his shoulder.
I'm not. Sell!
I fucking love that character.
Yeah.
Well, mutant.
Okay.
Okay, so Arnold wants to basically just randomly kill some guy and take a house. I suppose.
Yeah, just see if first I'm going to scout out and see if there's any abandoned places.
Alexa seems to want to go to the casino, and Dave seems to want to go off to an inn by the docks. So at the minute, what are you doing? You're splitting up and going different ways, or can you come to any sort of agreement as a group and work together?
I think we should try and stick
Go
together.
our separate ways, man. That'll help the GM.
Jan, my good man, what's your thoughts, Jan?
The train driver give you somewhere to go.
He said, yes, this Restless Hunter Inn down by the docks. He also said that people may be along in a day or two with our reward for saving the train.
We need to get off the street. Strategize.
Exactly. Yes. Good Jan. Yes. Well. And I'm just going to eye up the sheer physicality of Arnie and the metallicness of Alexa and go, that appears to be 2 votes in favour of heading to the inn for an ale, Arnold?
Ale is slightly thrown me, so yeah, let's strategize with ale.
Ale?
And then
Alexa, perhaps we can find
if it is a fair price at the inn, we should only give them accommodation, or maybe we should pose you as the innkeeper and get accommodations for free.
We need to stop thinking everyone needs to die. We're supposed to be undercover.
I am from Fenris. we take over villages all the time.
Yes.
That's how we do things.
Yes.
Speaking, if we kill everyone, we will kill some heretics.
Well, there's no arguing the logic there, Alexa, indeed. But that will bring us no closer to achieving our objectives, will it now?
All right, I will listen to you. You seem to have a brain.
No.
I
Just a good survival instinct. I know how to not get into trouble, Arnold. I also know how to get into it, but we'll worry about that another time. To the inn!
All right. To the inn.
Okay, so you come to a decision. So you head off to the main gates, and there doesn't seem to be anyone stopping people from going in and out. You do see some enforcers up in the turrets, and you see, looks like some sort of heavy machine gun. They're tracking people, but they don't seem to be stopping anyone. They're just keeping their eye on people as they go in and out.
Okay.
So you just walk straight through.
Okay.
As I go through the village, I would like to sort of like try and eye up houses which aren't in eyeshot of these turrets and anything that looks abandoned.
Okay. So let's have a look then. So you walk in through the main gate. Start with. Go on.
Sorry, Sorry,
What?
cramp. I'll mute.
Well, Dave was just had a point to bring, but he's just cramping up. So it's more of a townstead than a village, Hayden. There does seem to be quite a few houses and population centres here. So
All right.
it probably take you a good while to have a look around, and you're trying to scope out an abandoned place. But as you're walking along down the main road, there doesn't seem to be anywhere abandoned. What's
All right.
going on?
Sorry.
You're right, Dave.
I was fucking out. My foot just cramped up randomly. It was awful.
Oh, dear.
Your face is hilarious.
So the main road which you're walking down is Rockcrete, but you see the roads that go off to the side are just little more than dirt roads with wooden boardwalks.
Okay.
So you carry on walking towards through the town towards the main square. I'd like everyone to make a awareness test, please.
Awareness.
So that's half your perception if you don't have it, or perception test if you do have it.
Do I have awareness? I do.
Actually, no. Sorry, let's do it slightly differently. I want everyone to make a perception test, but Dave, because you have awareness, I want you to add +10.
Okay.
So,
Perception's different.
perception test, or if you just roll some dice. There we go. So you rolled a 40. Okay, so the only one who's passed is Brownie by the looks of it. Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Okay, so Yarn. One thing that jumps out to you as you're walking down the main street is how many mutants you see brazenly walking about their business. So mutants or twists can be found in every corner of the Imperium, and on many worlds they are tolerated to some degree. Their labour is often crucial to maintain the Imperial tithe. Mutants are usually purged without mercy by the authorities and driven into the outskirts of society, forced to hide their aberrant nature. But here you see mutants walking through the streets with no fear. Over there is a man walking with backwards knees.
Backwards knees.
Over on the pavement.
I'm voluntarily going to take a corruption test for that one.
Can I shoot his kneecap out?
You haven't seen it.
Yeah, only Brownie's clocked the mutants thus far. Over on the pavement is a woman with bone horns coming out of her shoulders. And you see a short mutant covered in lizard scales watching you with yellow slitted eyes. And you realise, not for the first time, that you are far from the Emperor's light.
I think we should touch the whole place. It's full of mutants.
You haven't seen?
This is only Brownie who's clocked it so far, Johnny.
All right.
He's the only one who made his perception test.
I'm gonna mumble the corruption from that. I don't even know, what is it? The corruption from the anomaly is worse than that club.
Are you saying that out loud?
Yeah, mumbling to myself. So I look around.
I just look panicked when he says this, and I'm going to sidle over to Yarn and say, Yarn, my dear boy, you said something earlier on about names and being foolish to give away your name. Am I assuming that Yarn is not your full given name?
I don't remember telling you I was called the Yarn. Or did I?
You must actually, I'm trying to figure. You must have at some point told them you got Yarn.
That's my true name.
But you say that's not your true name, though, is it, Brownie?
And you believe that this is protection against evil, keeping your true name secret?
Against entities that might use your true name against you, man. We're too close. Too close to entities that might be watching us.
Good.
Look at that big eye in the sky, man. That belongs to something nasty, to be sure.
I'd
Do I
rather,
hear any of this?
I'd rather not look at it, my good man. But it's worth
What?
remembering that. I'll let you in secret.
So you do hear this, Arnie. They're just talking in front of you. So
Yeah.
Okay. Partway through, I'll just after Dave finishes saying what he's saying, I'll jump in if that's all right.
Yeah. All I was going to say was, I'll let you into a secret, Jan. You don't know my true name either. Power.
Good. Keep it that way, man. You're beginning
yes.
to learn something true.
Oh,
I see what we're doing here. We're getting code names, eh? In that case, call me Wolf. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, call me
Yes.
Wolf now.
Fine.
I like a code name.
It suits you. Yes, yes. The wolf. The wolf. The wolf.
So everyone, you know, I believe in what he's saying. This guy, I have respect for druids. We have them in our clans. But yeah, Wolf is my name now. Do not call me Arnold anymore.
Righto, Arnold.
Right, Wolf, I said.
Sorry. Wolf. And Alexa.
Harold. Okay, Harold.
And young lady, do you have an alternate name you wish us to call by? Ah.
Google, man.
Alexi's broken.
Does she have a reset button? Arnold, see if you can.
I know good with technology.
Is
Ah, righty-ho. Ah. Easy to remember, I suppose.
my code name is Siri. Okay.
Okay, yeah.
So you continue to walk through the main thoroughfare down towards the town square, and as you get there, you see that it is bustling with trade. Numerous shops and merchants make up the boundary of the square. Dominating one side of it is the governor's mansion, which is obscured by a garden containing many sickly and stunted trees. Armed patrols can be seen defending it.
Well, the trees.
The mansion as a whole, but they say there's trees around the mansion. But yeah, they're not just defending the shrubberies. I suppose they're defending both the trees and the mansion. So don't go scrumping, will you? In the center of the clearing, a crude gallows has been erected. There are 4 bodies hanging in the wind. They all look, from this distance, they all look totally black from head to toe.
Not like they've been burnt.
Well, it's hard to tell from this distance, but if you got a bit closer, you'd be able to.
I'm going to go and investigate, I think.
Okay. Just hold fire a little so let me give you a little bit more description of the square, and then I'll ask you all what you want to do. So, there's an inn, a large inn named the Imperial Might, that has its doors open for patrons and guests. And there are market stalls hawking all sorts of knickknacks and wares. They dot the square, and several stores line it. And at the very centre of the square stands a tarnished metal statue of a man. There's a small grey bird sitting upon his head, and the man is covered in bird droppings. Official buildings such as a bank and an enforcer station are close by, and 2 black shirts are stood outside the station. They stop their conversation, and they seem to be observing you with great interest. Okay, so Alexi, you said you wanted to go and check out the gallows, did you?
Check out the bodies.
Okay. Right.
I'm going to go with Alexa.
Yeah. Okay.
Where are you? Should we be wondering? Oh my.
So as you head up to the gallows, Alexa and Arnold, as you get closer, you see that the reason they look black from head to toe is that they're covered in flies. And as you get a bit closer and they sway in the wind a little bit, the flies head off in a mass and then immediately go back to the bodies. And you see that there are signs around their neck. And as you get a bit closer, you can see what's written on the signs.
What is written?
It says.
I can't read. Well, I don't know.
You can read Low Gothic, I think, can't you?
No, I don't think I got read at all.
Oh no, actually, if you can't read, can you read? That's a good question.
I can't.
You can't read, so you don't know what's there. Alexa, can you read? You got literacy?
I believe that, brother.
Yeah, you do. You do have literacy. So you read what it says. It says thief, debtor, and sorcerer around on the 4 signs.
Oh dear.
And I'm just gonna point to each one. Harold, do you know what they did wrong?
Sir,
I can tell you.
It's Wolf, Alexa. Wolf. Did you say Wolf?
Rolf.
Yeah, that'll do.
Okay, Rolf.
What does it mean?
That one is a thief. That
Thief.
one is a thief. That one
Thief.
is a debtor.
What's a debtor?
Debtor. Someone
Debtor.
who does
What's
not
a
pay
debtor?
their debts.
What's a debt?
I will give you an example. If I was to lend you money with an inflated sense of interest, and you were not to pay me back, you would be a debtor.
Oh.
And therefore swinging from the gallows.
Oh gosh, I've never knew
The last
such
one
things
was a
existed.
sorcerer.
Sorcerer.
Someone who wields the arcane powers.
Ah,
apparently. Not very well from the
like a
looks of it.
druid.
Yes, like a druid. Okay, Rolf. We're done here.
Thanks.
So while they're off looking at corpses, Jan and Quintius, are you doing anything?
Juicy danglers.
Juicy danglers.
What's Jan doing?
We need to get off the streets, man.
I'm loitering by Jan, but frantically looking back at those two and getting a bit concerned that they're standing over there and not with us.
Yeah, there's a couple of enforcers, and they're watching you with some interest, Quintius. And the fact that you look nervous, they seem to be looking at you more intently.
Okay. Jan, I think we should. I think we should be moving. We're attracting attention. Wolf. Come along. We need to make our appointment.
Compliance. Well, I'm just going to turn around and then just walk over.
Well, what's that mean? Oh, I'm coming too.
Okay, so you head off, and you continue to walk down the main street. You come to a T junction, and you carry heading straight on. You pass a park on your right hand side, full of trees. It looks quite pleasant from what you can see. And you continue to walk down towards the docks. So as you reach the docks, you see that they're vibrant and they're bustling with activity. It's obvious that this port is the lifeblood of the community. Craft come and go, many small boats, but also the occasional larger vessel. The waters of the river Marlene flow slowly and seem an insipid green in colour. There is a cacophony of competing smells, not all unpleasant, that jostle for your attention. The leading smell that you get is that of fish. Goods come and go, being loaded and offloaded onto the multitude of craft. And here at the waterside, you really feel the humidity of this planet. You see warehouses, bars, and shops dotting the area.
adjusting body temperature to compensate for environment.
Okay.
Do I feel extra uncomfortable since I'm from like an ice planet?
You do indeed. You certainly, it's less pleasant for you than it is for the others. It's not pleasant for anyone.
Okay. I'm just going to quickly have a wee because I realised I'm going to piss myself.
That's not good. Well, I'll go get a drink. I've
Okay.
uploaded a little map on Roll20 of the ports.
Okie dokie.
Where you are at the moment.
Nice.
Oh wow, there's loads of like potential targets here.
Clerk.
Yes. How's everybody doing?
Pretty good. Are
Good.
you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Better.
I'm
Yeah.
kind of wondering if we should like become fishermen as a cover story. Go mug someone for a boat and set up a fishing operations.
Put Pincher away, man. You don't need to get your rod out here.
No. Arnie's from like a fishing type thing in Fenris, from going village to village and with the islands coming up and down, it means you have to change settlements all the time on like
God
Fenris
knows what
in the
you'll
wild.
God knows what you'll catch in this.
Yeah, but I mean, Annie's gonna get excited at this prospect anyway. I'll put it towards you. It's fisherman.
How many of us actually swim?
No one.
Yeah.
It's jumping the water in Fenris is death because it's so cold.
Swim 18.
Right. Still no David yet, so.
He's having the longest wee of his life. Well, it's got a tartan dressing gown on. Squish.
Oh, that felt like the longest piss ever.
Just said you've had the longest piss of your life.
I just suddenly thought, I haven't had a piss for a while. Right. Okay.
Have a little.
Oh, that's a nice map, Alan.
Will any of my law skills that I've got, scholastic law or occult, what can I do to minimise the corruption or to stay away from the corruption? Is it enough just to break line of sight? Is it enough to hide indoors? Like, what can I?
Okay, so
To
I'd
meditate?
like you. Let's have a look. What have we got then? So we've got demonology, occult. Okay, common law, dusk. Okay, so I'd like you to make I'd like you to make 3 tests, please, Brownie. I'd like you to make just an intelligence test. I'd like you to make a forbidden law demonology test. And I'd like you to make a scholastic law occult test. So 3 tests, please. So the first one is intelligence. That's looking pretty good. Demonology, big fail. Oh, it's 100.
Oh no.
That's a critical fail.
Right.
Learn the names of all the demons and they're in your head.
Yeah, I'm gonna re-roll that because.
You don't want the critical failure. That's probably wise.
Yeah, you and your critical fails. This is all the dice I can obviously roll this session on. So demonology again.
Okay, so that's a fail, but not a critical fail. And then occult. Okay, so you have a little think. I mean, let's make something very clear. So first of all, dusk is a planet where the veil is thin and the warp is always close, and many people think it's a cursed planet. But it's quite difficult to actually avoid the corruption of the warp on Dusk itself. You just kind of have to live with it to a certain degree. So this warp rift that you see, it's not the same scenario that's in Dusk. I mean, this is more like the Eye of Terror that you don't really know. I haven't heard it, but you know the Eye of Terror, obviously out character. You think that there are ways to protect yourself against the corruption, and you think that there may be, for example, items or artifacts that can shield you. You think there might also be, let's say, like a herbal solutions that might steal your soul. So various herbs or plants might be able to help protect you. And the other thing that you suspect is that there may be powers that you can barter and bargain with, dark powers that could protect you also.
Oh dear. Tinfoil hat. That's one of the artifacts.
Okay.
The quicker we are done here, my friends, the better. We're all living on borrowed time.
I find myself agreeing with Yarn.
Don't think having an extra armor being such a problem.
For you, perhaps not. You could wield 2 of those bloody great swords then.
That's a
That would
P.
be amazing.
Arnie seems to be
Alan.
wanting to embrace the corruption.
Alan, can I quickly look round and have a look, see if people are armed in any way?
Okay, so you have a look round. Not really. Most of the peoples that you see are, labourers or just people who are idling, clerks. You don't really see. I mean, they have the belt knives or tools that they're using. For example, they might have like a pitchfork, for example.
Yeah.
But in general, the technology is very low. You don't see anyone with any guns.
Was that the same throughout the rest of the settlement leading up to the docks?
Yeah. The only people you've seen with armaments are the enforcers, and they seem to have solid projectile weapons, and they look pretty good.
Okay.
And they also seem to have reasonable armor. But it's only really enforcers that you've seen with any sort of technology at all.
Okay.
And the guys manning the turrets had some sort of heavy machine guns. And also the only other place you've really seen any sort of technology to speak of is the bank, which was in the main square.
Uh-huh.
It looked to be quite a lot of tech centered on there, and also well guarded. So yeah, definitely a low tech settlement.
Okay, so
but not
the general
without any.
populace, the general populace aren't armed as a matter of course.
No.
Right. Okay, that's what I wanted to know. Right. So what do we see here in the docks? Or should we wait for Hayden?
Oh, if Hayden's
Hayden's disappeared for a moment.
Yeah, I'll just give you a little bit of info. The docks are much wider than this particular map itself, but yeah, it's the docks make up a quite a significant portion of this part of town.
Okay.
So there's probably quite a lot to explore in the area. I didn't realise that. Hello, hey mate.
It's all right. You just on about the psychic thing. I was just nipped for a quick win. It's fine.
No worries. Dave just asked what you can see in this immediate area. I've put you onto a map. Like I say, you can see lots of ships being loaded and offloaded. Some guy over at the far end of a jetty, and he appears to be skinning what looks like some large lizards. They're obviously dead, and he looks to be skinning them and getting the meat from them and the hide from them, and just rendering them down into parts. You can see quite a few idlers who are just sat around enjoying the view. There's a butcher, again chopping up and preparing meat that seems to be coming from these lizards. A few clerks in discussion. Some giant warehouses are nearby. But yeah, Quite a bustling and lively place.
I'm going to make my way over to the Skinners, actually.
Oh yeah, you see, also as you walk past, there's a wench there as well. It seems to be a working girl, perhaps. You don't know. She looks like she's.
I'm going to follow along behind Arnold, but get distracted by the wench.
Okay, so Arnie, you're going down towards the Skinner. Do you want to move?
I'm just
Move your token. You're right at the top, buddy.
Yeah, so I have my thing covering him. So
Your thing?
I think Skinners are over here, aren't they, on the dock side?
Well, there's a few. Let's have a look. So who you're at the minute you are talking to. So
who looks to be their boss? I want to know. I'll go up and just speak to the first Skinner. Is that the labourer?
Let's have a look. Sorry, that guy doesn't actually have a label at all. So how terribly careless of me. Let's have a look.
Skinner is down. The one I've seen is down the end of the docks, heading near a pile of lizards.
On the other side of the docks?
It's right at the bottom. Right, it's 6 o'clock.
Pretty much below where I am.
Can you see? I can actually see the thingies, by the way.
The NPCs.
Yeah, can you see their names and the?
Yeah. There's a couple. There's a couple I can't see. You've adjusted one. You've adjusted one.
Yeah, some of them. Like, so if you do see anyone who hasn't got a nameplate or an aura, please point them out to me, because
where the butcher is to the right of him, there's one that doesn't have a nameplate or an aura, and near him there's an idler. There's a guy. Maybe. Oh no, it's a pile of fruit. It's not a person. Yeah. So there's just the person next to the butcher. That's the one.
Okay. So yeah, the Skinner's right down. He's basically nearby where the boats are. Also, you see him. So you're heading off to the Skinner. Quintius is getting distracted by some wench, some harlot. So Arnie, what you see this guy? He looks a bit of an old salt. He's working some gators.
Working man.
I see you work that knife well. Oh no, sorry, that's fucking Dick mixed with Arnie. I see you work that knife really well.
Okay, he looks up. He looks up from his gaze. Now I want you to forgive me as I try an accent, which I'm going to probably struggle quite a bit. He goes, I've been working this knife many years. Named Old Gumbo. He extends his hand. It's covered in gator blood.
Well, I'm still covered in man blood, so I'll take it.
This is true. You shake a bloody handshake.
Bloody handshake between people.
He goes, I name Old Gumbo. I lived on the bayou my whole life. I know how to work a knife. Looks like you know how to work a blade too.
I do, but I've skinned different prey to this. I was wondering if I could just pay you a throne to watch you. Just give me a quick talk through how you gut these beasts. Because I wouldn't mind. So that's fucking Dick again. I would mind going out onto the water and catching some myself to make some coin.
Oh yeah, the good money in gator. They always got money to be had in these hides. I'll show you.
So
and
pass him two. Sorry, it's not
two,
throne. It's
2 drachma. Okay, so when he starts skinning the gator in front of you, takes the 2 drachma, gives you a smile, and he carries on skinning, and he just talks to himself idly while he's doing it, and gives you a little bit of instruction as he goes ahead.
Can I ask about weak points and everything like that?
He goes, "Oh well, the gator hard to kill, but and he looks at your the weaponry that you have. He looks at your double-handed sword and your automatic, not your automatic, your stub revolver, isn't it? That you've got, and your shotgun.
Last pistol, super last pistol.
The last pistol you gave to Yarn because his exploded. Remember? So you gave him your last pistol. You don't have it anymore.
Yep.
But he looks and he goes, "I think the best thing you can do is put one of your guns to the head, and that'll."
This pattern last pistol on my fucking character sheet. Thanks, man.
I mean,
That's the best
Right.
best weakness of the gator is a bullet to the brain, much like a man.
yeah, they also don't like this. And I'll put it back down.
You dub on the sword, right?
Yeah, just show me and then put back.
That's a hell of a blade. But no use to you out in the bio, though.
Right, what do Gator like it?
No, I'm saying out in the bio.
Can't
You
use
might-
it as an R?
Well, I do. Maybe you could. What do old Gumbo know, eh? What do old Gumbo know?
Anyway, Gumbo, on about ours. Do you know how to get about a little canoe so I can start my fishing enterprise?
He says, old Gumbo goes, well, I got a boat, but yeah, there's boat builders over yonder. And he points off to some structures that aren't too far away. You want a boat made? Go see those guys.
How much would you reckon for a small little boat?
Okay, he seems to think for a while, and if you wanted a boat and you don't want it to be no death trap, I won't pay any less than 800 drachma.
Right.
Now, you can get them for much cheaper than that, but you want Mo Gumbo's advice. You don't pay any less than 800 drach.
I might be inclined to listen to you. Seems you're not a horrible person.
Oh, Gumbo, good man. Everyone know Gumbo around here. Hey, if you want, maybe you could hire me in my boat.
That's yeah. That sounds fine.
Oh, Gumbo. See, you want to go out in the bayou. You don't know the place. I take you off-world. I can tell.
Would you take me fishing so we could get some gator hides and split it for the rent?
I'll do that.
I cannot
but
split brains.
I want equal share. And let's have a look.
You navigate, I will kill.
Yeah, I take people out on the boat. But I want equal share and a daily salary.
That would be a good call. Then we could process it and split the difference.
Right. So while you're having this chat, Arnie, Quintius is over by some lady of loose morals. She sees you and she looks you up and down.
My favorite kind of lady. Hello, young lady. Oh, my, what a picture. Tell me, what's your name, my good madam?
Oh, my dear. I don't believe I've seen you around these parts before.
No, you have not. I am new to town, and I am interested in experiencing all that this wonderful place has to offer.
Name's Melissa.
Melissa, pleasure.
She holds a hand out, like for you to. She looks like she expects you to give it a little kiss.
And I will, because that's how I roll. I will give her a little bow, take hand, and peck on her upper knuckles.
Okay, you give her a little peck, and she flutters her eyelashes at you.
So tell me, my dear, what wonderful delights bring you to this small part of the town?
Well, this is a good place to make some money. It's a place I visit every day. Just the best place for me to be.
I see. And tell me, how much money do you make on average for, say, 15 minutes work?
She goes, for you, seeing as you're so pretty, be 50 drachma.
50 drachma? Huh? I steal at twice the cost, my good madam, I'm sure. So, have you always dwelt in this wonderful little outpost?
Yeah, sure.
Don't do it.
Johnny, have you been reading the notes again, Johnny?
No.
She goes, yeah, I've been born and raised, Port Chula. I think most people around here, they don't ever move. They don't ever go anywhere else.
So you would say...
Nowhere else to go, as far as I reckon. Nowhere else better than Port Chula.
So you would say you know a great deal of the inhabitants here? Yes.
Yeah. I know people. I
Would you-
know many people.
Would you happen to know a friend of mine, someone I'm here to visit? I'm unable to recall the details of where he lives. You maybe have heard of him. A gentleman by the name of Obadiah Grace.
She goes. She takes a moment to think. Goes. I don't believe I've ever heard that name. Don't believe I've ever had the pleasure.
No, it was a long shot, my dear, a long shot. It's he's not the sort of gentleman who might come to you for assistance, if you understand my meaning. Well, yes.
And she smiles coyly.
So, tell me, my good Melissa, where can one get a drink around here?
Well, I reckon we should go to the Restless Hunter. That's the best place to get a drink in these parts. You gonna take me there and buy a lady a drink?
I would be delighted to buy you a drink, my dear. Come, show me the way.
She holds her arm out for you to take her arm.
And I take her arm and I turn to Jan and Alexa and give a little wave, see if I can get their attention.
Okay, make a charm test, please, Dave, and you can use your peer performer.
Ha
Yeah, hookers count as performers and artists. So.
Excellent. So what's my charm? 41. So do I get a plus 10 on my charm for that?
Yeah, plus 10 on top of that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
For the peer.
A natural one's anal.
Okay,
I passed the roll.
Yeah, you get the impression, and you're quite good at picking these sort of things up, Dave. You're very good at seeing people's body language and their reactions, and you really think that she's warming to you. You get the impression that perhaps a lot of her clientele are, perhaps not as attractive as you, or not as pleasant to her. So you feel that she's warming to you as she walks off.
Okay.
So while Arnold and Quintius have been making acquaintances, Jan and Alexa, what are you?
Go straight to the tavern if the tavern's like right there.
Yeah.
Okay,
So,
you two are heading off to the tavern. Okay, so
Straight to the tavern.
Alexa and Jan, you head straight off to the Restless Hunter, and Quintius will follow, not too far behind. So, what about you, Arnold? How long are you staying here with Gumbo?
Well, I'm going to organise for days after I've had a time with a healer before I go gate slaying, and sort it out for, say, maybe a day's time.
Yeah, Gumbo will be here tomorrow, maybe? Yeah, I'll probably be here. I tend to hang around these parts. You can come and see me anytime. If I'm not here, I'll be out in the bow.
But as you see, I have holes everywhere, and I need to get them patched up tonight so I can be fighting fit for Gate's death tomorrow.
And there he goes. Oh yeah. Well, I recommend a doctor, wandering doctor. Ask for Dr. Jones. He'll stitch you up. Real good.
Jones?
Dr. Jones.
This is what happens when I make up fucking names on the fly, man. It's always bad. It's one of my biggest weaknesses is making up a name.
I tell you, Alan, get
man. Yeah.
Get some lists of names just ready.
Yeah, I do. But then I get put on the spot, and then I just.
Yeah, to be honest,
I come out with something shit. Just it's.
I've got two lists. I've got lists for men and women, like formal names, archaic names, feral world names, everything
from the book.
And sometimes I just turn around and go, well, yeah, Mr. Keys is here now.
Anyway, yeah. So we're going to stick with it.
My cover story is that I've come here wanting to make profit at gator hunting to make a living round at this end of the sticks. That's how Arnie's approaching it. So it's done the right thing straight away.
Okay.
Cover.
You're still on your feet there, aren't you? So are you you heading off to the inn as well, Arnie, or are you hanging around to watch this guy skin?
I've watched him skin quite a bit. I'm quite confident I know how to skin this beast because I've done a lot in my youth and blah blah blah.
Okay, so you head off to the inn. So Jan and Alexa are gonna reach the inn first, and Quintius and the hooker will come in a little bit later, and then Arnie, last of all, be spending a little time with the Skinner. So let's have a little look here.
I have a plan forming.
A cunning plan.
As long as we
Okay.
get wearing her face later on, Dave.
Okay. So I need to find a hooker for Dave. One moment.
It's not the first time that sentence has been said.
Oh, that's strange. What's going on there?
Barkeep.
That's strange.
The people all got feet on the bar
Yeah. Well,
table.
Yeah, that's annoying. You can't do a lot about that.
I know. I just like it. It just makes them all like proper disrespectful.
that's annoying. Just give me 1 second. I actually have a folder in my tokens called hookers, and they've all vanished for some reason, which is they've all vanished.
There's a bit of a Jack the Ripper theme going on here.
Yeah.
Sorry, FBI, I didn't mean it.
All the hookers have vanished from my folder.
They've been lost. Okay, so if you just give me 1 moment while I retrieve a hooker from somewhere else.
And Joe, the wandering doctor, who's surprisingly in the bar.
That'd be convenient, wouldn't it?
Super convenient.
Super convenient.
Do we have? I don't think we do. Do we? Do we have?
Do we have it?
I don't. Think
No, you do have
I've got a
combeads.
long
You were
range-
given.
we have combeads.
You were given
I have a
combeads.
long-range box.
Yeah, and Alexa
Yep.
has a long range fox.
my mistake. Okay.
It was Charles Ash who gave you these. So right.
Yep.
So at the minute, it's Alexa and Yana who've reached the inn first. Hopefully, you can see the inn, and you can see your tokens.
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, I mean, it seems quite bustling. The people eating, smell of IO sticks. Yeah, a bit of music playing in the background. Someone's on a piano. Ding, ding,
Is it
ding,
a
ding.
slightly out of tune piano?
It is certainly ever so slightly out
Yeah.
of tune.
What happens?
Just
when we
enough.
walk in? Does it just go silent? when we go in?
Yeah, no, you get some looks, but you know, it doesn't drop silent. You don't get that kind of "Are you local?" Sort of view about the place. Everyone seems in quite good spirits. There's a few people who are very, very drunk, and you see a the barman appears to be a mutant. He's huge, green skin, and like heavy set body, and you see him spitting on in a rag in a totally cliche way and cleaning out a glass.
They always do, Alan.
They always do.
As they walk
Some
in,
things-
do they get a
Wow, wow. So yeah.
Let's shoot the guy on the piano.
Okay, so it's just Jan and Alexa here at the moment. What are you two doing?
Gonna take a seat.
Okay.
I'm not gonna get a drink because I don't really need one. I
Well,
might actually. No, I will. Cause I can test it and see, what it is. And stuff.
okay, you stood by the doorway at the minute, Johnny. So move your avatar where you'd like to go.
I'll go straight to the bar. I think I'll just go over to the bar.
Yeah.
I mean,
Can you move your guy?
Second I can. Just 1 sec.
The-
Go.
The thing I think about tech priests, Johnny, I don't know if you wanted to do it like this, but they are still mostly human at lower levels. I don't know how
Yeah.
Alexa is. And like
Yeah,
what I
she
do is Vanetta can't synthesize alcohol, which is why she gets really pissed really quick. Sorry, she can't process alcohol because of her organ changes. And Ed, we've never established whether he drinks or not. He just doesn't. We don't know what it would do to him. So
Yeah.
it might just be like normal for him.
I'm gonna go to the bar because I don't know what it's gonna do to me either. So.
Okay. And what about you, Jan? What are you doing?
Do you have a list of how much drachma we got from looting? I definitely got some. But
How much what you got from looting?
drachma.
Yeah, let's have a look. So you should...
But all I wrote down was drachma.
Okay, so let's have a look.
We started with, was it 100 each?
You did, but you're right. There doesn't seem to be any on your equipment
No.
list, which is... I know, because I definitely put it on there. I thought I did for everyone. So let's have a look at Arnold.
I've got mine.
Is it
But I think
12?
Arnold, so it's... Yeah, I think I think... No, but I thought I added it on as well. So everyone seems to have it apart from Yarn. So give me a moment and I will find that figure for you. So you started off with 100. Mildly annoying. Yeah, I wonder why that is. Let me just check through my my notes. So you had 60 drachma. 60. And then it's minus 5 for a cup of knee juice.
A cup of what juice?
Knee, N-E-E. That's type of fruit. Okay, so you have in total, Brownie, you have 155 drachma.
Oh, gangster.
Just to remind you also, when you went looting, you also looted a stub revolver with 12 bullets.
Yes,
and 2 crystal vials, which you're not sure, it's got some unknown liquid in them as well.
What could go wrong?
And you got the suit of gang levers, which Hayden had given you as well. Okay, so you go to the bar as well. Do you want to move your token, Brownie, your avatar, up to the bar?
Oh, which one am I? Oh, there I am. I see. Oh, you fucking see that one there. Yeah.
You walk up to a guy who goes, find your own chair.
Am I? Right at the end?
No, you just want, you're fine at the end. But to start with, you went and nearly sat on the guy's knee. So, hey, so you're up to the bar. Alexa and Jan, and the barman clocks you. He carries on cleaning his glass, as all the Dungeons and Dragons barmen have to do. And
yeah, it's written in the rule book.
Okay, it is true. He goes up to Alexa and he goes, "Watch your poison, lady."
What have you got?
Well, most folk around here drink sarsaparilla.
I'll have some of that then.
He gives you a little nod. He goes and gets a clean glass, not the one that he's currently cleaning, and pours a shot of sarsaparilla.
Okay.
And he goes, "That'll be 5 drachma."
Okay, I'll give him 5 drachma. I'll slide it across the table.
Okay. You take the drink. Brownie, Jan. He says, he goes to you and says, "Watch your poison, fella."
Give me something local to drink. And do you have any rooms for the night, man?
Okay, he also pours you a sarsaparilla. Goes, "That'll be 5 drachma." And then he goes, "Yeah, we got a room. We got a few rooms. Be 15 drachma for the night."
Cool. I will give him drachma.
So it's a total of 20 then for your drink and a room for the night. And he goes, "Room's up on the first floor." And he goes and gets a little key, which he hands over. He says, "You have to be out by 10 tomorrow morning, unless you want to obviously carry on the rent on the room."
Yeah, man.
Okay, at this point, Quintius walks in with a lady of sorts on his arm.
Three-titted
Uh,
lady.
Would you care to take a seat, my good lady? I will fetch you a drink. What would you care for?
She smiles at you coyly again, and like you say, you think that you've maybe struck an arrow here with your charm. You get the impression that she's just not used to being treated with any sort of manners, and she goes, "But sarsaparilla."
I feel a heavy discount coming on. I'm gonna head over to the bar and go. Absolutely no problem, my dear. Please wait right there.
She goes and sits down at one of the tables, and
Okay.
one of the drunks wanders off to make some room for other people at the bar.
I'm going to wander up to the bar, stand about here, next to the stool, not sit on the stool, just right next to it.
Mhm.
And I'm going to walk up to the bar and, barman,
Barman looks at you. I mean, if you're annoying him, he doesn't. He's probably too much of a professional to let you know, but he walks across. Now then, fancy off-worlder.
Yes, you recognize taste. Two sarsaparillas, umbrellas.
Coming right up. Sarsaparilla it is. That'll be 10 drachma.
Okay, I'm going to hand him the 10 drachma and say, two other things, my good man. First of all, I require a room for the evening. I may have a guest. Is that a problem?
He looks over and he sees Melissa. He goes, no problem, sir. You'll be wanting a double bed then. That'll be 20 drachma.
A king size, if you have it. Plenty of room.
Yeah, and you go. He's not quite sure what you mean by that, but he goes, yeah, king size, no problem. 20 drachma.
Okay, so I give him 30 drachma.
Okay.
And then I'm also going to say, one other thing, my good man. There's a friend. Well, no, let's not lie. It's not a friend. An acquaintance. A business. Potential business opportunity I'm hoping to meet in town. Tell me, do you know of him? Do you know his name? A man named Obadiah Grace.
And he pauses for a minute. He goes, I think I heard that name before, but can't say that I know the guy. Foreigner, I think. Foreigner, businessman.
Yes, that's the fellow. Yes.
Yeah, I think he stayed here 2 years back.
Oh,
Yeah,
2
yeah.
years, really? Are we that late? Oh dear. I was supposed to. Wait. Do you know anyone who may happen to know him? Is there somewhere in town that is a center of commerce where I may be able to find information on my friend, where he's staying, where his holdings are, if he has any? It's been a while.
He goes, well, most of the commerce takes place around the docks.
Yeah.
It's where you'll find many warehouses, traders, mainly trading in hide and horn.
Yeah. Thank you, my good man. Yes, that's most useful information. If you happen to see Obadiah, tell him his friend Patrick Dunson, was asking after him.
Patrick Dunson. I surely will. Y'all have yourself a nice time there, sir.
Thank you very kindly, sir. I'll see you shortly. And I'm going to take the drinks and head back to Melissa.
Okay, yeah, she's over on the right-hand side of the inn.
And just put the drink down in front of her and go, there you go, my dear, enjoy, and sit down opposite her.
Okay, so that'll put you there. Okay, so at this point, Arnold, you enter the inn. Is Arnold there? Hey, buddy. So you see Alexa and Jan by the bar. You see Quintius and some lady sat down on a table. What are you doing?
I'm going to sit on this lady and then talk to her like.
Sit on this lady. Oh, sorry, no. Okay, so as you
I'm not going to sit on the lady, so I'm being silly. Right, I'm going to get next to the lady. It's just because
Okay.
it jumped on it, all right?
Yeah,
Okay.
it's because there's a grade you get
I
snapped
wanted
to
to
it.
I wanted to get uncomfortably close to her, but it just put me on it.
Awkward.
as you approach, she looks you up and down and sees the state of you. You look quite devilish.
Horrified.
You know, you look horrified. Yeah, a bit horrifying is the right word. You know, you're huge. You're carrying lots of weaponry. You're still covered in quite a bit of blood. And she makes an excuse and heads off to another table. Barman looks at me now and goes, "Ho there, big man. What'll be? What's your poison?"
What do you mean, big man? Look at you, you fat bastard.
Takes one and no one. Yeah?
Alan, can I hear Arnold ordering his drink, or am I aware of him in any way?
You see him walk in. The bar is quite loud, so you can't follow the conversation exactly. And plus, the hooker's making some small talk with you as well. So it's hard to hear, but you get the odd. You can maybe get the odd word, but can't pay good attention to it.
Yep, no problem.
Anyway, good barman. I'm sorry, I can't help myself. Could I have an ale?
You surely can, good man. And he heads off to a barrel and pulls out
please. I'm sorry.
he pulls out a glass of frothing ale. It looks quite nice. Looks quite good. And he puts it down in front of you. He goes, "That'll be 2 drachma."
Oh, fantastic! Here you go. Have 3, just because you did good service. And remember, spit in my glass twice next time and wipe it out.
Otherwise, it's not the authentic experience.
I surely will, big man. And then he goes, "Hey, I don't suppose I could ask you a favor."
What's that? My big barman friend.
He gestures you to kind of move away from some of the other patrons, and he asks you to come down to the bottom end of the bar, and he goes, "Well, see, I got this problem down in my basement.
Yes.
I had this problem with rats. You see, all these rats down in the basement. Real mean-spirited buggers as well. They were. Bite you as soon as look at you.
Oh.
So I got myself a terrier. See, I got myself a terrier. Try and kill all the rats. Old little furry fucker. I sent him down there. Yeah, he cleared those rats up for me. But then he changed. He became something worse than the rats. Now I daren't even go down there. I was wondering if you might be able to go and sort it out for me.
All right,
Brilliant,
but I've got to say one thing. Before you shut me alone in your room in your death trap down there in your dungeon, I must ask you. I need to sleep and heal before I go into a place like that. Sounds terrifying. Look at you. You're a big man too.
Yeah, well, I'm purely scared of that little terrier. He's been gifted.
Let me come back after being gate slaying tomorrow, because this is not something I feel like doing right now because I'm bleeding out all over your fucking bar.
Well, I'll go see. I'll put the word out. See if I can get you the doctor. Dr. Jones here.
Can you send for him, please?
I'll send out my boy. Boy. And a little boy comes running up to him and he goes, "Go see if you find Dr. Jones. See him. We got a customer."
And hurry up about it. Be quick.
The boy looks at you, pales and flees. And he goes, well, sooner you can go down in my cellar and sort out my little problem, the better. I'd offer you a reward, mind. 100 drachma.
No, I'll tell you what. Give me as many days rest as I need in your inn, and we'll call it even.
And he thinks about this, and he goes, well, yeah, I'll put you up 2 weeks maximum. How about that?
That seems quite fair. What do you cost a night for the best room in your inn?
Well, the best room had already been taken by a very discerning gentleman.
Kick him out and put me in it, otherwise it's not a deal.
Well, and he starts to think about it, and then he goes, and he starts to move off towards Quintius and Melissa.
Hayden, you bellend.
And he goes to
Fucking in here, mate. You can't virtually cock block.
And he goes up to you two, and he looks a bit shamefaced when he comes up to you, Quintius. But he says to you, my good man, my good fancy man, looks like I owe you an apology. I can't give you that room. I got another room though. There's rats in that room. You see, I got to take the key back, but I'll give you this room instead. And he hands back over the 20 drachma. He says, "Now I'll give you the room free charge for the night."
Okay.
So he gives you, he swaps the key. He gives you the money back that you pay for the room. He gives you another key, and he says, "I apologize for the inconvenience, but yeah, those rats, I can't let you stay in that room in good conscience."
Rats, you say? Oh, terrible, frightful things.
Yeah.
And the room you have given me in return, is it still a double?
No, not a double. No, sorry, just a single. But yes, but rat free, of course. Yes, and do accept my apologies. And then he turns and heads off quite rapidly as he can do with his big bulky body.
Apologies accepted. And I'm just going to look straight at Melissa and go, ha 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 ha, and just neck my drink.
And she necks hers as well. I mean, if she's probably a little put out, but she doesn't seem that bothered, Quintius. She's still, looking at you quite longingly, and the drink starts to go to her head a little bit. So, like I say, she just doesn't get treated this well by her usual punters. So, you're a diamond in the rough to her.
Always the gentleman.
So he heads back over to Arnold. "Here you go, sir. Best room in the place." And he hands over the key. But he says it quite quietly. He doesn't want to let Quintius know he's just giving you the key. So he tries to do it on the sly.
I'm just going to have to go for another piss. I think I might have a bladder infection.
Oh dear. Nice. Okay, so you get the key to the best room in the house, which Quintius has already paid for, but now you have the key. So Alexa and Jan, you've got your sarsaparilla. You drinking?
Yep.
Okay, make a Carouse test at plus 30. So Carouse is half your toughness, unless you have Carouse, which I don't think anyone does. So it's half your toughness plus 30.
Before I drink mine, I'm going to ask this guy I'm going to ask the barman, where's the cult of the Emperor to be found in the city, man?
Oh, the Emperor. The Emperor protects, so I'm told. Yeah, the shrine.
The Emperor, man.
Shrine up. It's up to the northwest of the settlement. Yeah, you can find the priest there, I suppose. Old Henry.
Old Henry.
Oh, Henry. Okay, Alexa.
Yeah.
This sarsaparilla, it's quite pleasant. It's like a sort of a root beer sort of flavour to it. Although you've probably never had root beer before, but that's what it tastes like. And but it's alcoholic, quite pleasant. And it does go straight to your head. So you've now got a level of fatigue.
Oh my goodness.
So you get -10 to your other tests until you
Okay.
sleep off the booze or what have you. But yeah, you're feeling pretty good though. Yeah, but it's affecting you, the alcohol. What about you, Jan? Are you drinking?
I'm going to go upstairs. I'm going to clean up.
Okay. What are you leaving your drink, or are you taking it with you?
I'll take it with me.
Okay, so you head upstairs, and yeah, you've got some washing facilities there. You get yourself a wash, clean up as much of the blood as you can off your clothes. Okay.
Yeah.
So Jan,
Yeah,
you're up upstairs cleaning.
I'm inquire about
What are you inquiring about?
the room as well.
Um,
The room.
okay. So barman says, I'm sorry, fella. We had a rush on all the rooms all of a sudden. Sorry, so I do apologize. My fine lady. I don't know why I called you a fella. It must be all that metal on your face. Anyway, but I could put you up in the stable if you want it. There's some good hay you could bed down it.
Is there a charging port there?
He looks
Can I
looks
hear
a bit
this going on?
confused. Can you hear what's going on? Where are you? You're at the bar right now, aren't you?
Yeah.
So yeah, you can hear because Alexa is also at the
Johnny.
bar.
I'd like to butt
Johnny.
in for a second, Johnny.
Johnny, go with it. Robo Jesus is about to be born.
So yeah, he goes. Well, no charging port. I got a generator out back.
Alexa, do you want to? Is there a charging point in the main room where I'm staying?
No, none of the rooms have charging point. I mean, what do you think?
Well,
You think this is fancy
you, Alexa,
pants
but
to Changa City?
obviously
No.
I can't.
But anyway, so
I will go with you. I will go with Harold.
oh, fine. I mean, yeah. There's a double bed in there, so you'll be able to.
Join me, Alexa. Be strictly confidential.
I've been really trying, baby.
Listen,
Trying to hold back this feeling for so long.
Okay, so Yard's gone upstairs. Alexa and Arnold, are you heading up to your room as well?
Yeah.
Yeah, and what about you, Quintius?
I'll follow them up.
Oh
Okay.
no, the night is young.
Night is young.
I'm not going to take up a lot of time.
Oh,
wait,
but
what I am going to do. Oh yeah, we're waiting for Dr. Jones as well, aren't we? But what I'm basically going to do for the next hour or so is just sit and chat with Melissa, make her feel like a lady. I'm going to just talk to her about her childhood, growing up, where she's from, her family, things like that. Just get to know her. Learn as much as I can in about an hour, and I'm going to buy her and myself 2 more drinks during this time.
Okay, so I would like you to make, first of all, I'd like you to make a series of Carouse tests.
Yep.
First one up.
10 around, aren't they? So I'll just knock that off first.
10 around, so yeah, so it's another -20 then. You get another 2 rounds, okay?
And Carouse tests, you say?
Carouse test, please, at +30, and then at +20, and then at +10.
Okay, so what is my toughness? 23.
Mighty.
Yeah, I'm tough as fucking old boots. Right, so the first one with +30. I think I might have just fucked that up.
You have certainly fucked that up.
Yeah,
but,
I'm just gonna, yeah. So I rolled an 83, which would still be a fail.
Yeah. So the sarsaparilla, it's like a root beer kind of flavor, and it's alcoholic, and it's quite pleasant, and also goes straight to your head. Okay, so you get a level of fatigue,
Mhm.
and you're also slightly tipsy.
So my second one, this is with the plus 20, so it'll be 43. That's also a fail.
Okay, and now after your second drink, you're actually really starting to feel it quite a bit, and you're quite drunk. And Melissa's getting quite drunk as well, and she starts to tell you, all sorts of things. She's not used to people listening to her, and she talks and talks, tells you about her childhood, tells you about her life. It's quite a harrowing listen. You start to realise that her father was an abusive figure when he was even there, and she was mostly raised by her mother. She's lived a life of kind of crushing poverty, and selling her body has really been the only way to survive. And she starts to tell you about the family, not her family, but the Marino family. They're this family who basically seem to run everything. They live out in the bayou, and she starts to tell you about all the gifted people that she knows, and she starts to talk about various mutants. And then starts talking about. She starts to talk about all sorts of little bits and bobs, and you start to pick up little bits here and there about the town. So rather than going into every single little thing that you find out, it might be that as you come across other things, you get little bit of information will be relevant to the things that you find. So,
Cool. Understood.
okay, so you're applying information and getting drunk.
Do I need to make a third
Yeah,
test?
you do for your third test.
Before I do,
Just-
hang on.
You might end up passing out if you're not careful here.
Yeah, that's why I'm going to do this first. I'm feeling very tipsy. No, I'm not going to. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to have my third drink with a plus 10, so 33.
Okay, is that enough? Is that enough just to knock you out?
Yeah, I'm out. That's more than my toughness bonus in fails, so I'm
okay. You get pretty wasted, and yeah, I mean you pass out on the table, and when you wake up, you'll probably not remember part of the time leading up to you passing out.
Uh-huh.
So, and what happens to you? That will remain to be seen.
Yep.
So, Arnie and Alexa, you're upstairs. You open the room. It's not too bad. It's quite a primitive room, but there's a nice double bed.
Anything
A
else?
washroom. I say little washrooms. I mean, sort of things you'd expect from in an inn room. Yeah. Like there's a chair and a table and
I'm gonna
a little wardrobe and
say help yourself to the bed, Alexia, and fall asleep on the chair.
Okay. Like that. And basically, what I'm going to do is I've got like sort of like a bit of a body glove on. I'm literally just going to zip that off, just completely in the buff with all my augmentics and stuff like that as well. And basically, basically unzip it, and basically just completely nude, and then just like get into the bed, and then power down.
Okay.
Now you've got to bear in mind that she's mostly not mostly augmented yet, so she's not bothered. She doesn't have a
yeah, it's just. I get you. It's just robotic nipples, not the full breast. That's what you say. Okay.
Temperature dials.
Volume.
Arnie went to sleep
Volume and
before this.
temperature.
He just went to sleep on the chair. He's not even appreciated any of this.
Okay. All right. So Yarn, you've got yourself cleaned up. What do you want to do? Do you want to take an early night as well?
Well, what time is it? And is it past the time all the shops closed? Or
It's early evening. You think it'd be
early evening?
Yeah, it's early evening. I mean, it's not bedtime as yet for most people, but there's nothing to stop you. Nothing to stop you. I mean, you've had like a very tiring day. You fought off bandits. You've been heavily wounded. You could quite easily go to get some sleep, and and rest. But it's be approximately 6
I'll
p.m.
ask, before I go to bed, I'm going to ask the barman, see when the doctor comes here, send him up, knock on my door,
Yeah, I mean,
wake me up and heal us.
yeah. I mean, that's pretty much a given that he'll do that. So.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I'm going to get some rest and
yeah.
get myself back in order.
Okay. And then, so Jan, you're not sure what time the shop's shut. You
Well, I'll
don't
go.
know, but it's early evening now. I'd say it's quite possible that they do shut.
Okay, I'm going to go scope out the Church of the Emperor.
Okay. So Jan, you head off on your own. You split the party, and
Oh!
as you come down to the inn itself, you
Okay,
see that.
they like sorcerers here.
Sorry, I missed
They
that.
like sorcerers in this town.
Nobody told him.
Nobody told Jan, did they?
Oh,
Nobody told him that he could get hung.
the communication is terrible.
As you head back down into the inn, you see Quintius with a woman, and he seems quite drunk, and they're having a conversation.
And I said to the man, "You best get that tentacle out of my face, or I'll find it a new home."
So you head out, Jan, and you follow your map towards the Imperial Shrine. So let's just show you where this is. Okay, so on the map here, it's number 17, and I think number 6 is the Mariners. Sorry, the Restless Hunter.
And where are we?
So you're at number. No, you're not number 6. Sorry, it's number. Where are you? Where's the Restless Hunter? Cheven. I've lost it. There it is. Cheven. Number 7 is the Restless Hunter. So it's down on the docks.
Nice.
And then number 17 is the Emperor's Chapel. So you wander off on your own, and you wander through the town. And you head up. You head past. Actually, it's too fuck. Ah, fucked up my map again. What's going on here? So it's actually the one that's at the top left. Hayden had pointed out I'd made an error on the map, and there was 2 14s.
Oh my word!
And I've also noticed there's 2 17s. So
Yeah.
I done
I
goofed.
didn't know if that was an extension of its former self. That's why I didn't point it out.
Yeah, no. I mean, that's me making a bit of a screw up. So
You
give
done
us a
a
sec. I done a boo boo, didn't I?
Yeah, but in fair enough, like I was able to cross-examine and memorize
This
the
is-
points between both maps, which is good. So
This is
Okay,
a good
so-
thing. All it means is there's 2 Emperor's Chapels. It's obviously a pious place. Our job is done. Let's fuck off.
Okay,
Yeah.
just hold on a sec. I'm just gonna. 16
Heresy
to what?
taken care of.
15.
There's probably the painting hanging up in there as well, so it'll be.
I'm
Okay, we're not sure what that other building is, but yeah, 17 is where the chapel is. So.
Could just be a warehouse, like.
Yeah, just a building. It's just a fucked up building. The
a
GM.
warehouse is just a whorehouse you haven't visited yet. So it's
So-
drunken Quintius logic.
Okay, so Arnie, you head off. You walk through the town, and you head off towards the Emperor's Chapel. Just one moment. Okay, so as you reach the shrine, that's tucked away in a corner of the townstead. As you draw closer, you see that the building is dilapidated, and the doors appear barred from entry.
Oh shit, mom.
What are you doing?
I'm gonna look for a way to enter. I think.
Okay, you start to look around the shrine. I'd like you to make a perception roll, please.
Oh, no.
Come on, Jan.
Right. Okay. 1 sec.
Meow.
Yeah. Before, can I make a Synesium? See if there's.
You want to? Okay, so you focus your mind. You try and pick up any psychic emanations from the structure. Make a Psyniscience roll first. Okay, so you concentrate. You focus your mind, searching out for anything, and the Emperor's Chapel itself, you're not getting any psychic or warp force coming from it. The predominant like warp energy is coming from the sky. It's coming from the warp rift that just hangs there. The warp rift, which is slowly corrupting.
A blasted gash in the sky.
That's that's the main source of warp power that you can feel, but nothing.
Space gash.
You should fear the space gash.
Fear the space gash. It is a fine source of space herpes, young yarn. You should keep away.
Okay, so make a perception then, if you're a look.
Right, didn't end well. Right, one sec. There we go. Perception, but awareness, no.
Oh.
But yeah, it would have been straight perception, but obviously you've still failed massively. So you walk around the church, and yeah, most of the windows have long since broken up and have been boarded up. You see a dust ball rolling around behind the back of the church, and but yeah, you can't seem to see any way in apart from the main doors. But the main doors seemed locked.
Can I try forcing a door?
Yeah. So you head around to the front of the door. You look around. There doesn't seem to be too many people in the area, so you think you might be able to do this without being seen. So I'd like you to make a strength test.
Yeah.
Okay, you put your shoulder into the door hard, and yeah, and to your surprise, it opens without too much effort. You give it a couple of rams with the shoulder, and you manage to force it ajar. It doesn't open all the way, and you can see that it has been chained up from the inside, but there's enough space there for you to sneak on through, and you head on into the church itself proper. And you look around the church, and it looks as dilapidated inside as it does on the outside. And you realize that you are not alone. There are shapes in the darkness.
Uh-oh.
Okay, at this point, I'm going to go back to the inn. Quintius, you are, nearly at the stage of passing out. You're not quite passed out. Actually, no, you're probably passed out about now. Actually,
Yeah.
At this point, the doctor arrives. He sees the barman, and the barman sends him upstairs to the room of Alexa and Arnold. So there's a knock on the door. Both of you are asleep in there, but you
Kind of wakes up.
Yeah, you wake up quite quickly. You've got a good.
Crazy.
I don't know. What about you, Alexa? Are you powering up, or are you staying in sleep mode?
No, I'm just gonna stay in sleep mode. I don't need to be.
Okay. Okay, so
Are you
Arnold.
naked on top of the sheets, or have you got the sheets on top of you?
Are your tits out?
Yeah.
Yeah, they are basically. They're out.
They are.
Hayden, I want you to make a perv roll, please.
Okay.
Actually,
Yes.
Alan, I don't mean to correct you as the GM, but I think it's a mechano perv roll.
Yeah. Well, as far as Arnie concerned, it's like having a nice speeder mixed with a beautiful woman.
Roll for mecha perv awareness.
Make her awareness.
You feel like it's awakening something in Wolf.
You sexy.
You get a twitch on as you realise that parts of her can be removed for
No, I'll
cleaning.
just fail it. I'll just fail it because I'm like slightly aroused by a metal tits.
Alexa's
because I'm
vagina
already
is
blooded.
just soaking
Yeah,
in a
yeah.
bottle.
It is
I'm just
it's
like,
quite.
I get boner and then walk to the door, pointing at the man who's just knocked on it.
It's quite exotic. She is quite exotic and quite unusual, and yeah, sure, she's an attractive woman, despite, or maybe because of as well her augmentations. It's
I think it turns me slightly extra on being a Batwar man myself. I'm a bit like, oh yeah, metal love. And but I'm like, no, I have to say abstain. I must gain more souls. Anyway,
So you open the door, and there's a gentleman outside wearing a small brown bowler hat, and he goes,
I like your hat.
well, thank you, Dr.
It's
Jones.
very nice.
You must be
Wolf.
Wolf. Yes, yes. I can see you need my attentions.
Yes. Can he come in?
Oh yes, indeed I must. And he walks in, and then he clocks Alexa, and he goes, oh my, and his face goes bright red.
Yeah, I was checking them out when I woke up. It's amazing, aren't they? It's amazing.
Well, I've never seen ones quite like those before.
I know, they're like shiny medallions of glory.
Mathematically, like precisely
Perfect
duplicates of each
metal
other.
boobs. They're so perfect.
They
Those
are
metal boobs.
perfectly sculpted.
Okay, Dr. Jones makes a mechano perv test. Okay, right. So he gets out his. He's got a little doctor's bag, and he puts it on the table, and he goes, "Well, let's have a look at you, my good man. I must ask for payment up front. Be 50 drachma."
Do I have 50 drachma?
You should have, because everyone started with 100.
Oh well, that's good.
And you chucked away one in the armory because you tried to give it to a rattling.
He paid a little over the odds in the bar as well, didn't he?
Yeah, I did. But I haven't spent 50 ever, and I've managed.
No. Let me check. So you've got on and you looted some from Banswell. So you've got 129 drachma, and you spent 3 drachma on ale, so that puts you down to 126. But you haven't had to pay for your room.
Yeah.
But you do owe the barman a kill. So so 126 drachma you've got.
How much does the doctor want?
The doctor wants 50.
I'm going to offer him 55 for the full healing best service he can do for me.
There you go. Well, I was a mighty generous. What in tarnation?
Your best as well.
Is that your catchphrase, Al? The one that gets you into the mindset?
I just knew that was a reference for you, Dave. I knew that you would. I knew that you would clock that. So
yeah.
I'm not quite sure what mine. I think mine is. Look at those fancy little napkins. That's my code word to get me into get me in.
I like watching the pretty little flowers grow.
Yeah. Honestly, guys, you have no idea how long I've had to try to do a southern accent. I really struggle with it.
You end up developing.
Yeah.
You end up developing skills as a GM that you don't need and you would never have had. Like the ability to do accents at the drop of the hat. Just give me a minute. Now, look here, you fucking cunts. That's it. I'm right in the room. There's a fucking Cockney geezer. What you going to fucking do? It's like you just need a phrase that puts you in there.
Yeah. Cockney I find quite easy to do.
Yeah, Cockney's a piece of piss.
Yeah, but I couldn't. I really struggle with Southern, and I had to really try and learn it. And it's like, what good is this time and energy that you spend? You know,
my phrase for Geordie, if I ever want to get into that, is my impression.
Geordie.
It's my impression. What's the name that was in Girls Aloud? The really pretty lass who married the footballer, Cheryl Cole, who was on the L'Oreal adverts, what have you. And like to get into that one, I have to just go, "Boy, hey man, I'm fucking worth it, like."
Splendid. Okay.
It's fucking shiny like fuck, man. It's fucking brilliant.
I've lost. I'll say it's minus 55 drachma then.
I can shake water out of a fucking waterfall from 50 feet, like.
I can't do Geordie. I won't even try. I can't do Brummie either.
Or I can also do just south of Newcastle, Sunderland. I can do that by going, "You fucking wanking bastard fucking car! You fucking cunning fucking thing!" That was my granddad when I was 12.
Great. So it's time to look at.
Nice.
trying to look at the house rules for healing, which I'm going to have a look at.
I hope you're not using mine because mine are
Oh.
fucking ridiculous.
Certainly.
For you guys.
No, I've got nothing. Yeah, no worries, mate. Certainly using yours, Dave.
Okay, I could maybe help you a little if you need it.
I'm just having a look. I'm trying to align as best I can with you.
Yeah.
So I think-
Mine's a bit all over, and a lot of it is I understand it, but other people might not.
Okay, so first thing I need to look at, I think you're heavily wounded, aren't you?
If you take it
twice, you're twice your toughness bonus.
twice your toughness bonus, you're heavily wounded.
So that's 10, and he's taken 10, haven't you? So you are heavily wounded,
So he's
yeah?
just heavily wounded.
Well, just.
You actually have 10.
In fact, at the start of this game, before he heals me, I'm going to use a fate point to reroll some wounds.
Ooh, that's
off.
some metagaming healing. I like it.
Ooh, meta healing.
Do it. Roll
Picking a
D5.
dice up. Sorry, I was picking a dice up. I should be doing it on roll 20.
You can. I mean, I'm sure I could trust you to roll with dice, but yeah, do it on roll 20.
Yeah, I do it on roll 20.
So fate point for Hayden?
Yeah, it's a D10, yeah?
D5 wounds.
Oh, D5, okay.
So just roll D10 and... Oh, I'll actually know. Can
Is it
roll
/
/R space D5?
Space Two wounds back, but that takes me off heavily wounded.
So
That makes you lightly wounded, yeah.
Light wounded.
Okay, so
it means
you...
it's easier to heal me.
Okay, indeed it does. So let me have a little look then. So he doesn't have a med kit as such. He's got his little doctor's bag. So non-critical injury in the field, assistance.
So
So I
the
think-
way I do it, Al, is first aid is like the treatment in the field, and extended care is when you're going to be spending some time in a environment that is good for healing. It's up to you what you think that is, but that's how I determine it.
Mhm.
And it changes the healing rate slightly.
So it's intelligence plus Medicaid skill plus any bonuses.
Uh-huh.
Okay, and it's degrees of success plus your intelligence bonus. So that would be that. Okay, so he's going to make a healing test. He looks you over, Arnold, or Wolf, I should say. Evaluates your wounds. Are you taking off? You have to take off your armor, really. Are you happy to do that?
Yeah.
So you take off your armor, and he pokes and prods you for a little bit, and then he starts to take out some bandages and some needle and thread, and he starts stitching you up and washing your wounds and bandaging them. Okay, that's pretty good. That's really one. So. Okay, so you're not in a medical bay, or you're just in an in room. It's not the best location, and he's not got modern technology, like a modern tech med kit, but he does have a doctor's bag full of various bits and bobs. He heals you for 5 wounds total.
Oh, so that puts me on 7.
Puts you on 7.
Oh, that's good.
Pretty good.
So yeah, and he looks quite pleased with his work, and then he gives you a little sedative. He says, "Oh, just drink this. You'll get yourself some nice sleep, and you should be right as rain in no time."
Oh, thank you, Doctor. You have done me a great service here.
That's my pleasure.
Bid you farewell because I've already tipped you before the service, yeah?
Yeah, you paid your way, and Dr. Jones is the name.
Jones,
remember.
I'll be sure to count on you again after I've solved this rat pop problem in the basement.
Well, all right, yeah. I mean, I've got a feeling I'll be seeing you again.
I'm sure you will. Sounds like a bad dog or bad rat, something like that.
So
it doesn't matter. I'm going to capture it, tie it up, and then cook it in front of its owner. It'll be fine. We will partake in its flesh together to know this vermin has been rid of the world.
And he just kind of looks perhaps a little worried, but then he just nods and goes, "Sure, right, I'll be getting about my business."
I'm sure you will. Be sure.
He heads off, and as he leaves, he sneaks one more quick glance at Alexa, and then he heads off.
Okay.
Okay. What are you doing, Arnold? You taking the sedative and going to sleep?
Yeah, just so I can get fully healed by tomorrow.
Okay. Well, you won't be fully healed, but you'll get a wound back overnight, I think.
Yeah, and then I can go
Um,
sort the rat/dog problem out when I wake up. It's
Okay.
gonna be fun.
Yarn, back with you, Yarn.
Yeah, man.
You're in the darkness. There are shapes moving in the darkness. So you can hear people moving. You can hear people talking, muttering, scared, afraid, and a light suddenly appears in the darkness. Someone lights up a torch. And it casts light across the inside of the shrine, and you see in the shrine there are a number of mutant squatters. Various mutants. One of them seems really fat and hairy. Another seems to have this weird crooked spine
Fat Mary.
and fangs.
Fat
But
Mary.
the mutant with a torch, he seems quite old, and his skin on his face looks like it's drooping off. So it's like he's got far too much skin, and it's all hanging off his face and off his neck, like a turkey almost. And he holds the torch up to you and gets a look at you and goes, "What in tarnation?" Now what he does is he says, "Who goes there?"
Beatrice, brothers and sisters, I mean you're no harm. I thought this place was deserted.
He goes, "We don't get many visitors around here at the shrine. Do you seek the Emperor's grace?"
I am one of the faithful man, seeking high call of the Emperor to protect you against the gashiness.
Okay. So,
Space gosh, man,
Space gosh.
Spears, gosh.
Let's be thinking less about this space gosh, man. More about this space limbo.
on my mind, day and night.
And he goes, "Well, that'd be my pleasure to help say some prayers and give protection to one of the Emperor's faithful. We don't get many followers around these parts. I mean, sure, everyone mouths the platitudes to the God Emperor, but I don't think many people around here truly believe in him. And apart from my faithful flock," and he points to the hairy fat mutant and to some of the others. And he goes,
Well, like it's doing them any fucking good.
and he says, "Most folk round here, especially out in the bayou, they all worship the laughing monk."
The laughing monk.
Aye.
You're laughing matter.
a false idol they worship. This fat laughing monk sat cross-legged. A foul heresy, he says. And as he says heresy, his neck flesh gobbles a little bit. Will you join me in prayer, brother?
Certainly, man.
Okay, he starts praying, and he starts to lead you through the equivalent of the Lord's Prayer, which neither me nor Dave have actually written yet. Yeah, so we'll just go through the motions.
Father, who art on terror.
etc., etc. Hallowed be his name.
Hallowed
so, yeah.
be his mighty armies.
So you say a prayer. He's down on his knees praying. And are you joining him? Yeah. So you say the prayer as well?
Yeah.
You feel your spirit feels a bit more strong. You feel a bit more resolve in you. It says, you want an icon to protect you in this godforsaken place?
Something to direct my faith, please, bro.
And he heads off, and he leaves you alone with the other mutants. And the fat, hairy one goes, "Hello."
Greetings, brother. How long have you lived in this place?
I've lived here my whole life. The name? Everyone around here calls me Breeze Block.
Breeze block.
I don't get
I've never had a friend before.
that.
He starts to get uncomfortably close.
I'll put my hand on his shoulder, stopping him getting any closer, and I'll say, I don't know how long I'll be staying in this place, brother, but you have a friend in me.
And he beams. I'd like you to make a charm test at plus 40. It's half your fellowship. If you don't, because you don't have charm, but it's got a plus 40 modifier.
Right. So,
This guy's so easily led.
So 13. So let's.
53.
So you can use the charm if you roll on charm on your character sheet.
Oh,
you can
yeah.
add the plus 40 on there, and that'll do it all for you.
Yes, thank you. Oh no, man.
Okay, and he goes, and the Breezebot goes, what do you mean you're gonna leave? You've only just arrived.
Oh shit. He's autistic too, man.
Don't leave me. And at this point, the priest comes back, and he heads over to you, James. And let me just find. I'll try and remember what he's called. So many things open. He goes, "My name's Henry," and he pulls out an aquila made of metal. It seems in reasonably good condition. He's gone and got this from elsewhere in the church, and he hands you the aquila. You take it?
Certainly.
Okay. All right. You have a metal aquila.
My eternal thanks, brother. Perhaps you can use this better than I can. And I'll give him 100 drachma.
Wow. Okay. He sees you handing over the money, and he goes, "No need, brother. No need for money. Although there are some things around here we could probably do to fix up, but no. I don't want your money."
Maybe not for you, man. Maybe for your flock.
He goes, "Well. Breezebrook. I mean, it costs a lot to get him a haircut." And he accepts the 100 drachma after you offer it to him a second time. And you see him beam, you see him beam with happiness. And he goes, a miracle has come today, my flock." And he starts preaching a little bit to his flock of mutants. And all the mutants get quite excited and start to get whipped up into a bit of a fervor.
On my way out the door, I'll say, "The Emperor. Smart."
"Oh, yes, he does! Oh, yes, he does! He protects us all!" And Breezebot goes, "Protects!" Okay, so you heading back off? You heading back to the inn, James?
Yeah, man.
Okay, you head back, and it's getting on. You've been there a little while now. You've been there maybe it takes you maybe about an hour and a half to get there, say your piece, come back again, and as you come back, you start to see something.
Oh God!
Don't sound so worried.
I'm unconscious in a bar on a foreign
be.
planet with a prostitute. What could go wrong?
Nothing could go wrong. But these are problems of your own making, I'm afraid.
I know. No, they're problems of Quintius's, mate.
This is well. This is true. This is true. But I do understand because I have to do the same things as Canny. I have to get fucked up as Canny and then jeopardize the mission. It's the best
Quintius.
way.
Quintius can't walk by a bar.
Just hang on a sec. Please give me one moment as I try to remember where it is.
Nor can he walk past pretty young ladies.
Oh, indeed.
I'm liking being Arnie at the moment as well. It's quite fun.
I'm enjoying being Alexa as well.
Oh,
Cool. I'm glad you.
It's a weird. It's a weird mix of. We've got a very weird mix of people. It's very weird. It's like it feels like the weirdest mix of different character types ever, which is good. So everybody's so different. You know what I mean? Like drastically different from each other.
Yeah, it's quite different to all the other campaigns as well. I think it's got a nice little mix.
It's a mix of chaos.
Let's have a look then. Right, I found what I'm looking for. So, Jan, the time now is around 7:30, and the sun is beginning to set. Oh, he's not there. I'll stop. So I'll go for a slash and start again in a minute.
Hey, Johnny.
Hey.
Hey,
How's it
man.
going?
Oh, pretty good. Nice to see you.
Nice to see you too. How's life treating you? Treating you fair?
Yeah.
Your mic's a little bit quiet from me.
Oh, that's because I've got it a mile away from my head.
That's so much better.
Yeah, but it's just I could smoke and drink without breathing all over my mic and causing interference. But yeah, it's I'm pretty good. Working a lot. I'm doing 6 days a week this week and probably next week. And yeah, it's picked up a lot. I'm in demand. So
man in demand. That's good. That's good to be, man.
It is, isn't it? Really? Yeah.
It's a very positive thing. Good.
I know, but that's such as life and stuff. But I'm enjoying it all.
That's good. That's what you should be doing.
I try to make the most of things.
I had my review, and I basically, because last year I was sort of angling for a bit of promotion and getting some more training and stuff like that, and I was just like, you know what, I think I can't really be bothered with that. I think I'd be too blunt. If people were shit, I'd just tell them they were shit and try and get rid of them. I don't think I'd be very good at it because of that reason. And I was like, I'm not really interested. I've got enough responsibilities. I've got like a wife and 4 kids. You know what I mean? That's more than enough for me. I was like,
you're muted, Dave.
Johnny, the trick to being that sort of level and avoiding conflict is to just report stuff to HR and just pretend it wasn't you.
Yeah. Blame it on everybody else first.
Yeah, that's what our management.
All our management, like we have to call them up because it's night shift, and none of the management pretty much are in, except the odd team leader. But most of the time, they're having the night off as well. So we end up calling somebody, and the first thing they do is they say, not like, is the lad okay, or is everything okay? The first thing they do is to say, that was so and so's problem, and they should have done it like this.
Yeah.
Which just kind of goes to show you the actual culture of the place that, it's just rife. It's across, like, where I work is actually, there's very little, there's no abuse so far, but like management, and the only thing they really give a shit about is themselves, and that's what happens.
Covering your ass.
Yeah, exactly that. Yeah, that's all they know. That's the culture. It's fucked up.
My mum worked in your industry, James, for years, so I've heard a lot of fucking horrific stories about going really badly wrong, and it's completely badly handled. Not that the thing that happened is horrific, but the aftermath is horrific because people won't be responsible.
Lots of I wouldn't want one, I wouldn't want to be taking my work home with me. I wouldn't want to be worrying about, you know.
Yeah, definitely. That's
like,
something
I
that
definitely
we
don't want
enjoy.
that. I mean, my job that I do is like, it's really easy, and I'm really good at it. So it's like, I'll stick with that and just concentrate on getting better. Like, try and just mastering what I'm doing. That's you know,
dude.
You can always pursue
Dude, this is such,
higher
like,
things later, can't you? That's how I.
it just feels
Yeah.
a bit
Well,
like
they
I'm
said
the
to
only
me, they
person
said it
here out
later
the
days.
chain.
There's
Yeah,
a lot to be
okay.
said, Hayden, for being self-employed. I've had a guy around today building a shed base for me, and he's a guy I've known fucking donkey's years. And he used to work for someone else, similar position to you, Hayden, where he was contracting to other people. And now he's self-employed, and he sets his own hours. He's got 2 young kids, just like you, Hayden. And he told me how much he would have charged and what he has charged me, and he's saved me 20%, and I'm giving him cash, so it's all going to be good for him as well. And his work ethic's incredible. He's been turning up at 8 o'clock, and he stops if I talk to him, and that's it. And he finishes about 5 o'clock, and the only time he stops is when I talk to him.
Oh, that's
and I talk to him a lot because I'm a knobhead like that. I'm not getting my money's worth at all.
But, yeah, I love it. I love it. I love.
Yeah, I wish I had a skill.
It's like when you were saying HR and all these different positions. The only person I have to deal with is me and a customer.
Yeah,
you know.
Yeah.
And you can pick your customers as well.
No bullshit. It's straight sorted out there. I don't have to go through 5-10 people.
Yeah.
I don't have to compete with anybody else apart from maybe other prices.
You don't have
reasonable anyway. I always get it.
You don't have the internal politics, and that's something that hampers every business. Internal politics is such fucking nonsense, where everyone's swinging a dick, and it's like we're all here for the same reason. We work for the same company. Why the fuck are we all bickering and arguing about
that's the trouble.
Yeah, working against
trouble
each other,
because
you know what I mean?
it's all sort of picking order. Where in the situation
bad
I'm in,
around.
we all come for work and we're all happy to be getting it because we're all on a good rate.
I'm just happy to go to work and get paid. I can't be asked with anything else. I see it as selling a slice of my life.
Yeah,
that exist. And like, I mean, this week from tomorrow morning for the next 4 days, I'm in charge of our department, and I like doing the job, the team leader job. I like going around and doing different stuff and helping people get their fucking stuff going and help them make the steel and make decisions. But then every time I make decisions, I get people ringing me, and some of them, and I hate fucking saying this, but some of them are graduates who have got like a year's experience. And I'm not a big, graduates are fucking useless person. I firmly believe graduates have something to offer, but not in a managerial role where you've got someone with 20 years experience telling you that is a bad idea, young graduate man. And he goes, I am in charge and I will tell you what to do. And you think, okay. And the next day, it all goes to shit. It all goes to shit 24 hours later because of a decision he's made. And you get an email saying, why did you not exert your will and experience on this young man? Fuck off. Fuck.
Dude, man, this is the thing. Like, all of you lot have a higher capacity for retaining information and conversations than what I do. When you relay things to me, you also do have that.
But I can't climb a tree, mate.
You are.
I can't climb
a tree. Yeah, I know that, but I mean, it's all how you apply yourself is why.
Yeah, and it's applying yourself to your
limits. But I mean, all of you are probably a lot more savvy to retaining information than what I am. I'm just I see the basics in everything and go for the direct
I don't either.
I'm really good at remembering people's faces, like context of remembering people's faces and stuff.
Oh, Johnny, you can recite some amazing stuff.
I could have spoken to somebody like 20 years ago, and then like I could see them again, and I'd be like, I'd remember where I'd seen them and stuff like that, So that's a useful skill, but not remembering the names is a bit of a counterpoint to that.
I had a similar thing actually, Johnny, when I first started hanging around with you guys. When Ed brought me to Hayden's garage, and I met you all, and went, I fucking recognise every single one of these people. but I couldn't remember any of you. I couldn't remember why or how or what your names were or anything. And then it came to me slowly over time. Like there was something Alan said. I remember Alan saying something in a certain way, and I went, "I was in fucking computing with that cunt."
The first time I met you was when I was out with Ben. Well, no, I think I've met you before in different places, but the first time we talked to you was when I was out with Ben for the first time, and you see Charlie, and he's like really aggressive at him.
Yeah.
That's the first time I met you. Come back to me. I was like, "Fuck, that's Dave with long hair."
Yeah.
It's
got
like,
long hair at that
shit,
point.
yeah. It never twigged until I was thinking about it one time, and it just popped in. I was like, "Oh yeah, no, now I know I was an alpha."
Yeah, I don't.
He's really fucking aggressive subconsciously.
Yeah, fucking. But yeah, Ben doesn't like me. I don't know what Charlie's told him, but Ben really.
Yeah, honestly, Dave.
Yeah.
Ben's all right. Ben's all right.
Sure he is, but he don't fucking like me at all.
Honestly, he could pull your arms off. To be fair.
I mean, maybe
he's a really strong man.
Maybe one day he'd like to hear the story of what his partner did and put me through, and then maybe he'd change his mind. But hey,
Charlie was always manipulative.
Yeah, Charlie's fucking.
I got booted out of baths because of Charlie.
Most people have, mate. Most people have.
She come and snogged me at the bar. And then I got out my tin, and I forgot I had a big lump of weed in it. And the bouncer saw it when I put my tin lid off and tried trucking me out. You were there, Johnny, weren't you?
I don't remember anything from that time.
Remember when I got trucked out? With all the bouncers. That was that time.
That. Yeah, I do remember.
I had all the bouncers on me to try and truck me out. It's hilarious. They couldn't move me until and the big fucker, he tried to give me a sleep hold. I just grabbed his arm and pulled it off me.
The bouncers in the baths were stuff of legend.
One of my favourite tricks to pull on the bouncers
I got walked out.
was.
No, one second. Let me just finish now. I got walked out instead of dragged out like most people. And when they tried to close the door on me, they tried to give me a slight push at the last minute. I turned around and put my foot in the door and turned the bouncer. Then they started going, "Right, we're going to ring the police on you." I didn't behind the door. Fucking bastards. But I was a bit pissed off after I think it was 4 of them. What it took me to drag me out.
They were fucking knobheads. They really were.
It was quite funny.
One of my favourite
tricks.
Out
properly themselves. They was trying to pick me up and everything. Kept getting them off me and pull them off. Pussies.
Aiden pulling off the bouncers.
The thing I did against bouncers multiple times was I don't fight them off obviously, but I used to smuggle in vodka into the bath salt. I did it every week because obviously I didn't want to pay bath salt prices on the beer. So I'd get like a bottle of vodka, and I'd have like my smuggler's coat where the lining I could get in through on the pockets into the lining, and I have the bottle of vodka like on my back. They'd always pat you down, but they never pat down you on the back. They'd always pat down your pockets. I did that so many times. That's that old trick, and then just got cheap drinks all night.
Yeah, when we used to play in the Rock Open, I always used to take a bottle of whiskey with me. And it got to the stage where I was only having like an eighth of a bottle of whiskey because I was passing it to everyone else. So I used to take 2 or 3 bottles of whiskey in my pedal case with my guitar pedals. And I have very few memories of those nights.
Yeah. It's a smuggler's life for me.
So, Alan, come on.
Shall we go back to the roleplay, guys?
Let's play again.
I mean, obviously, this is also like
I'm
really to chat as well. No, you've got nothing to apologize for. It's like everyone wants to chat because I mean, we all want to chat, don't we? Because it's just a good excuse to have a chat.
Good to talk.
Yeah, it's good to talk. But anyway, we'll come back to the roleplay, and we're with Yarn, who was walking back from the shrine back to the inn. So, Yarn, the time's around 7:30. and the sun is beginning to set. The colours played out on the horizon are beautiful, yet unreal. Yellow, orange, and purple shades can be seen melding into one another. But as the sun sets, you realise that true darkness will not come for some time. The warp rift and the storm still hang low in the sky. The warp illuminates the settlement. The shifting, multichromatic light plays tricks upon your eyes. Strange silhouettes flicker and seem to move with a life of their own. Colours and shapes seem to meld into one another without logic or reason. Now that the sun has set, the warp rift seems even more abhorrent, more offensive to the natural order. It casts its strange colours upon the moon, and the moon looks as if it is dissolving away. Somewhere in this gloaming, there is a scream, desperate and primal, a scream of death. Stops abruptly. Okay.
Shit.
Nice.
Right, you head off back to the inn, Yarn. The rest of the journey is uneventful. You head into the main room. What's that, James?
Should I track the noise?
If you want. Do you want to try and find it?
Yeah.
That's up to you. Yeah? Okay.
Yeah.
I'd like you to make a awareness test, please.
Well, the same really. I was going to try and track it. But okay.
Have you got track? Oh, you got tracking, have you? So you can
Well,
do that.
either way, it would have actually been the same.
No. What we'll say, I mean, how I want to do these sort of things, if you have multiple skills which are beneficial, so in this case, you want to use tracking as well, I'd let you add a +10 to it. In this case, it doesn't help because you roll 54. But if you can think, if you've got multiple skills which are complementary, do let me know, and if I agree, I'll add a little like a little bonus. So
Yeah.
so you're not sure where it came from. It happened it's happened so soon, and you look around trying to get your bearings, and
I can't because it's unnatural, man. I'm going home.
It's like a bad trip at the moment. Now the sun is set.
Right. Yeah.
Okay, so you mutter some curses and head back to the inn. And when you enter, make a perception test.
Oh shit!
Oh.
Leader, what you'll be trying to do to my friend? 17.
Okay, so unfortunately you don't clock Quintius passed out on the table, and you walk straight past. Okay, so you're heading to your room, are you?
Yeah.
Okay, you head up to your room and get yourself some sleep. Okay, so everyone's sleeping now, so everyone gets a wound back if you've been wounded.
Yay!
With the exception of Quintius.
Oh.
Taking 4 wounds out. You don't have a record of it, do you?
Yeah, I keep records of the wounds. Let's have a look at your character. It should be on your character sheet. Now what's your total wounds meant to be? Because it says here you've got a total of 7, which should be your actual wounds. Let's have a look. I'll have to consult my spreadsheet.
Is it 7 plus whatever the plus is? I think it might be.
Just hang on. Let me get your character up, please, Brownie. So your wounds should be 10. However, you've taken wounds during the ambush, and you were down to 7. So your maximum is 10, and you are now on, after sleeping, you'll now be on 8.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm keeping track of everything, obviously, because I have to.
Because it is the GM's lot.
Yeah, got about half to check.
Are you sure it wasn't 11?
I'm sure as I can be because I recorded all of the stats on my spreadsheet and it says 10. Now, unless I've made a mistake there, I think it's 10.
Okay.
Is it 10? Is that right? That's 8. Fucking Johnny's got 8. Most of you are on. Looks like you're
That's
on.
my full wounds. I only got 8 wounds.
I've
so-
just typed
Man,
my
that
wound.
one's got 9, and that's fucking good, man. I'm pretty sure that's max for a round.
Yeah, but you don't need them.
Okay, so everyone gets a wound back apart from Dave.
One day I will. One day I'll get broken in two like a twig.
No.
Okay, so you'll wake up. You wake up first. First, Quintius, with a sore head.
What?
And you wake up and you'd had a sleep on the table.
Oh my. I'm going to immediately pat my pockets down and see if anything's missing. I've been in situations like this before.
Okay, you quickly check over your equipment and your wallet, and you find that 50 drachma are missing from your wallet, but it's not been emptied, so you've still got money remaining, which you find quite strange. But someone's taken 50 drachma from your wallet.
She took payment for her time. Oh my! I thought I'd found a way to her heart. Yeah.
But no, I mean, you think it could be a lot worse. I mean,
I'm more concerned about other things that I have on me.
Yeah. But no, I mean, the most important things that you have, namely your auto pistol and your pouch and your various portfolio and the ring you took from the bandits. That's all still there.
Okay. So what time is it roughly?
You wake up. It's around 8 o'clock in the morning.
Is the barman about?
Yeah, barman's about. You look over him, and strangely enough, he's cleaning a glass with a dirty rag.
My good man, I'm terribly sorry for cluttering up your establishment during the night. I believe your local beverage was a little stronger than I realized.
Don't you worry about it, my man. You weren't the first to have passed out at the table, and you sure as hell won't be the last.
I'm sure. I did rent a room, but obviously I didn't use it. Is there any sort of food-related service here, or some recap, or something like that?
You just hold yourself up. I'll get you a nice, tasty breakfast.
That'd be excellent. Thank you very much, sir.
He heads off, and he shouts to someone in the back, and then you start to smell the smell of like cooking bacon. It smells like.
Yes.
And it immediately, you're feeling pretty rough, and it starts to regenerate you.
As this
The
bacon,
smell of cooking bacon.
the bacon smell wakes up Arnie.
Yeah, it's good like that. It's like a summoning to everyone. Come down. We have bacon sandwiches.
Bacon calls you. Wait, no, that's weird.
But he's gonna wait for Alexa to get out of bed first.
Okay, Alexa. At what time are you powering up, Alexa?
I'll probably power up at 6 in the morning.
Okay, so actually you're awake. You wake up about 6 then. So this is actually before Quintius wakes up.
You can do some maintenance on my pistol and things like that. Get dressed again, and then
Okay.
some maintenance. Work
Yeah.
on myself.
Okay, make a tech use test, please.
That's intelligence, isn't it?
Intelligence.
Yeah.
Okay. You spend some time. That's a natural 1, Johnny.
Yeah.
That is a critical success.
On pistol.
So, what are you doing it on the pistol and on yourself as well, aren't you? Doing some maintenance on yourself?
Basically, on myself, it's just sort of running diagnostics and things like that. To see if everything's okay. Sort of trying to look for any sort of don't know, sort of any damage or anything like that, or any corrupt files, things like that.
Okay, so you do a full system diagnostic, check your weaponry and such.
Yeah, and check the weaponry and make sure it's all sort of it's all working fine.
Okay, I'll have a little think about what this critical success test does. So you do that early doors in the morning. It gets to around 8 o'clock, and at this point, the smell of bacon starts to waft up. Quintius and Arnold awake. Jan, what about you?
Yeah, I'll go for some breakfast.
Okay. Right. So. Okay, Alexa. So what I'm going to give you for this critical success is you managed to maintain yourself in a way beyond your normal routines and expectations. You dirty boy. And what this is going to equate to in game terms, you're going to get a temporary fate point.
Wow.
So this fate point you can use it, and basically once you use it, it's gone. But it'll stay there until you use it.
Awesome.
Okay. So you've got you're up to 2 fate points now.
Excellent stuff.
So yeah, so this maintenance might give you a benefit in any number of ways. It might be, depending on how you use it. Okay.
Excellent stuff. Thank you.
All right. So you'll head down for bacon sandwiches. It's 1 drachma each, I presume, for that and some recaf. I presume you're all paying.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. While we wait for the breakfast to come out and while everyone else comes downstairs, I'm going to start rummaging around in my pockets, and I'm going to draw out Obadiah's ring and portfolio, and I'm going to have a good look at the ring, see what that's all about, and then I want to look at the portfolio.
Okay, so the ring, you think it's precious metal. It looks kind of silvery, but you don't think it is silver, but it's you get a feeling it's precious. It's shiny. It's lustrous. It's untarnished, and there's a symbol etched into the into the front of the ring, which looks like you don't fully recognize the symbol, but it looks almost like an anchor.
Okay.
It's probably the closest thing it looks like. And you get out the papers, and you have a look at them, and you look at them and you think, oh, it's too early for this. And you look at the script. It seems to be some form of legalese, and it's written in. It's not quite High Gothic. You can speak High Gothic, can't you? And you are literate, right?
Yep.
You've got literacy and High Gothic. Yeah. So
check.
Let's just check that you can read it for a start.
I've definitely got literacy. I think I've got literacy and High Gothic.
Okay, so you will be able to read it, but it's derived from High Gothic, so it's like this is branched away from High Gothic at some point, many years ago. So some of the words you don't recognize, some of the phrases you don't understand, and it's very tight written script, and you just look at it and you think, no, not now.
Yep. Okay.
This is a problem for future Quintius.
Okay. And I'd also like to quickly, making sure no one's watching, just inside my jacket, pull out the pouch I found and open that up.
Okay, you have a little look, and you see 2 gemstones.
Okay.
Just one moment. I'll try and find my spiel. Okay, so in the pouch are 2 gemstones of a significant size. As you look more closely, you see that the first is ruby red, uncut, but with seams of gold flowing through it. The second gemstone is again uncut, but this one captures many colours, depending on which way you tilt it. And it seems to you that it vibrates with a constrained force. Jan, I'd like you to make a Psyniscience test.
Normal.
Okay.
No.
Okay, right. You eat your bacon sandwiches and drink your recap, and you'll feel much better for it.
Are we all sitting together?
Yep.
Okay. Well, gentlemen, I don't know about you, but I'm feeling a little delicate today.
How did your date with your whore go?
Ha ha!
On the bar.
Remarkably well, Arnie. Remarkably well. However, I don't recall the ending.
No, that's because you fell asleep at the bar.
No,
I
no,
know.
no,
Say it.
no,
Arnie, you didn't see him fall asleep
Oh,
at the bar.
okay.
I don't think
Oh,
anyone
okay.
don't think anyone knows that he's what he's done. So
Oh, well,
had-
good job. Good
We had
job.
a fabulous night of wild, unbridled passion. I can tell you. Oh, the things she did, the things I did. Oh, mother would be, mumsy. And I'm just going to drift off into a haze of reminiscence.
Pathetic. Anyway, does anybody do some real things?
I went
I
to
did
school.
a full diagnostic test on my entire systems, and it came back clean.
Your diagnostics look pretty good from here, Alexia.
Why? Thank you, Arnold. And then I'm just going to basically push them together slightly and lean forward over the table.
cyber slut.
Now, gentlemen, Miss Alexa, while last night's frivolities were certainly interesting, I happen upon a piece of information that may be of use to us. It seems this gentleman who died on the train caught in the crossfire, the one Arnold was talking to shortly before the attack, this Obadiah Grace, it seems at least one person in the town knows him. I have a proposition. I believe we should ask around, find out who knows him and how well. Depending on how well and what business he is involved in, we may be able to assume his persona, perhaps carry on his business. Our instructions did, in fact, include the mention of making ourselves ingratiated upon the local.
Yes.
Finding-
I have been
finding
doing
a
this
source of
too.
income. You've been doing it too, Arnold. How?
Yes, I went to the port. I talked to the Skinner, and I'm off out with him on the boat today to go down the bayou and go slay some gators. It's going to be glorious, and I'll tell you, everywhere we're just slaying my tiny little boat.
You're going fishing.
Yes, cover story. We are fishermen. We have come to get gator meat and make
Right.
a fortune.
Arnold, I seem to recall that in the brief for this planet that one of the prime exports of this world was hides and furs and pelts of animals. You may be onto something here. Perhaps we can tie in with your idea with what I'm doing with Obadiah, and we can yes, we can set ourselves up as pelt traders. Perhaps if you pursue that avenue and I can look into this Obadiah. Oh, who am I kidding? I want to come crocodile hunting with you.
I tell you what, I'll see how much room my friend says, but I might have to take Alexa because she's a crack shot.
I'm a good shot. I'm a good shot, and I'm just going to draw my pistol and start waving it about. I've been training with this since I was 15.
No, but
Right,
what I
can
need
I
you
shoot it out of his
to
hand?
is
No, very good.
find us a boat for cheap and get it repaired. Maybe actually Alexa should go with you. Make sure the boat is good because we need transport
Perhaps I could make a boat.
for our
if we
boat
get them- if we
enterprise.
get them
Because
as-
this guy's going to fleece me for half, but this is what I've agreed.
Harold, perhaps I could make a boat. If we
Who's
can
this
find
fucking Harold?
If we could
Harold?
find some material.
Where are you?
I'm just start
Arnold.
looking at Arnold and going, Arnold, it's your cover name, remember?
Wolf.
Oh, sorry, yes, Wolf.
Harold,
Rolf.
Rolf,
Yes,
perhaps you
yes.
could get us some materials.
Yeah, I'm trying to get pelts. Honestly,
I will-
Alex, everyone's been hearing me all
I will
this time.
construct the finest boat this planet has ever seen. I'll try to.
Okay.
Well, I think we're onto something here. We need to establish ourselves as hunters and gatherers of pelts. Arnold, you could begin with going with this gentleman you met, and Alexa could build us a boat, and we could minimize our outgoings. And oh yes, it's a marvelous idea.
Well,
Father
what,
would be
he
proud.
said, 1 second, I have more information for you if you really want it. He said a decent boat would cost you 800 and you have no problems. But he also warned me and said, only get a boat which is about 800 drachma, because otherwise anything else would not be good enough. But he said he can pick one up for 200, but it would be flawed.
Well, let's not do that. We've learnt our lesson from the armor, surely. Jan can agree, I'm sure.
But what if Alexia could fix a boat and cure all remedies within the vessel?
Well, that depends on Alexa. Alexa, what do you know about boat building?
Absolutely nothing, but I can figure it out.
That's reassuring, very reassuring. Yes. I think we should stick with our original plan of buying a boat.
Okay.
Silence, Quintius. I can run some scans. I can run some scans on local boats, and then I could replicate.
Okay, so as you're debating and discussing, the barman comes up. He takes away your plates and his drinks, and he sees you all together, and he says, "Hey there, big man. How about you take out my little problem in the cellar? I mean, I don't mean to rush you, but I really need to be going back in there."
There's a problem in the cellar? What sort of problem is it in the cellar? Is it a problem we should be worried about? And I start to look a bit twitchy.
And I'm just going to say, I'll either do this by myself or do this with you. Who wants to go come rat and dog hunting?
I will go.
Rat?
Okay.
Rat hunting? What?
Jan.
Ezra.
Jan.
The barman goes, "Well, no, not. I mean, all the rats have been eaten, but the problem is the dog. I got to eat the rats. It's turned into something much worse. It's been gifted by the plenty."
Gifted by the plenty? What on earth, Arnold? What are you talking about with this gentleman? Do you know something we don't?
What this means is the dog has taken on some sort of like fattening disease, and it's a big bloated animal by round, and it takes more rounds than normal to kill it. More rounds, and it's very deadly.
Yes, kill it. That's what I need.
Simply good shot.
I'm terribly sorry. I feel a little lost here. There's something in the basement that has grown. Is that what you're telling me?
I mean, it was a dog once, but then it ate those rats, and there must have been something in the rats. It's gone. It don't look like no dog no more though.
Oh dear.
Let's do it. All right, who's with me?
What?
We can
I'm
see
gonna
the
go
old
with- I'm gonna
father
go
all
with
the
him.
quicker
I'm
if we go
definitely gonna
down
go with
this
him.
route.
I'll go with you.
Okay. Anyone else going down into the basement?
No, it's that trapdoor. That's what it is.
Are you going, Jan? Did you say? Sorry, you cut out there a bit, buddy. Are you going with him, Jan?
James has locked.
No, I think he's still there.
Hello?
Hello,
there he
hi,
is.
James.
Oh, there he is.
Yeah, you just froze. You've just been freezing, mate. Are you going down with them? Oh, I think he's frozen again.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, so and now you're going as well, Quintius.
I am, but I'm questioning them as they walk towards the basement, going, "Are you sure? I mean, is this something we really should be getting involved in?" And making excuses and following a little bit behind them, but I am going with them.
Okay.
The increase in temperature I'm detecting from Quintus shows that he is shit scared.
But
Is
what
that
am I
the case?
scared of, Alex?
What's going on here? What's going on
Quintus,
here?
I'm gonna
is
take
that
my,
the case? You know,
I've
stay
seen
behind the door.
Alexa, I've
Preparing to
seen
make my assessment.
the things I've
Quintus-
seen, Alexa. you'd be afraid too.
Okay, guys. So you all head off to the cellar door. He leads you down some stairs, dark, and there's the cellar door is barred. There's a huge plank of thick oak, or something
Okay.
equivalent to oak, that's barring the door.
Okay.
And he goes, "Best you guys get your weapons ready."
Okay. I'll just get my pistol out.
Okay.
Yeah,
And
I'm going to draw my auto pistol, and my walking cane will be in my offhand.
okay. Arnie, are you drawing any weapons?
I'll have a shotgun out.
Okay, shotgun. And what about you, Jan?
James is just.
I'm losing. I didn't catch that, Bodie. Sorry. I think you got some
Right.
connection.
Yeah, it went choppy for me too.
Maybe try rejoining, James.
Baloo,
Hello.
baloo.
What's been going on? I've been working on my Alexa picture.
Oh.
So,
Oh,
I don't know if you can see that.
got red mechanics.
Johnny, mate, when you finish it, mate, send me a copy of it and I'll upload it to your character.
Okay, dude.
I kind of wanted. I don't know if I ever told you about this, but I was looking around on Reddit or something,
All
and
right.
found someone that does fairly
Commission.
affordable commissions, and I was going to get a group portrait done for each game.
Oh wow, that's awesome.
That's cool.
Yeah,
that is very
I thought
cool.
it'd be quite a cool thing to have as like
yeah.
screen during the
Yeah,
pre.
I think that's an awesome idea, Dave.
Yeah, I'm not gonna do them all at once. I'm gonna start with the big game because that's gonna be the most expensive one because there's 6 characters.
Sure. I'm gonna get a drink while we wait for James.
Yeah, I thought I'd get that. I was gonna do it for Christmas as like a Christmas present to the different groups. Have your characters all done like by a semi-professional artist.
No, thank you.
And see.
I'll do mine.
Oh well, if you want to.
Yeah,
I'll show you I'll send you some
honestly,
samples.
I'd rather do mine to really fucking high quality as an
Hayden.
artist project.
Hayden,
than
if you want to
somebody
do
else do it for me.
if you want to do that, that's absolutely fine. But what the plan was, I was going to basically say to each of you, give me a detailed description, as detailed as you can, for this guy, because I wasn't just going to give him the character sheet. You know, write as much as you want, or tell me, and I'll write it for you.
No, I'd rather do it myself. It'd be quicker for me to draw it.
There's James.
Hello. Connected to my 4G hotspot. Sometimes the connection goes a bit wiggy when the girls are watching stuff on TV, which is probably
mine is as well. I've got
You know what?
like devices and phones. Like,
You know what to do
I
there.
use mobile data when I'm at home.
You know what to do there, James. You're the man of the house. You just tell them all, pack your shit in. I am in charge. Fight me. That's
Dave,
how I would deal with it.
That's really not how it works, Dave.
Yeah,
This is
work that way at all. It's like the opposite.
This
You
is
get told.
simultaneously how I would do it, and also why I don't have children.
on the other hand, Dave, I'm a man who does do this as well, though, and just go, no, I'm doing this. You do that. I'm doing this. Fuck it. I say that a lot. And do you know what it helps? It helps arguments in the future because I've put my foot down previously. And she knows when I'm not going to move.
There's a sentence.
I'm a dick.
There's a sentence that my dad used to use a lot that is a bit of a cliche, and I would always use it if I had kids. And that's when you start paying for the things that happen in this house, and for the roof over your head, and the fuel that takes you to X, Y, and Z, then you get to decide what happens. Until that point, you'll do as I say, or there's the door. And that stuck with me from being about 6.
Okay, guys.
Okay.
Are you ready to go down into the cellar?
I am.
Oh,
Quintius.
Can I have a battle order, please? Single file.
Quintius at the back, definitely.
Okay.
And it's going to go at the front.
Okay.
I'll be just behind. I'll be just behind Arnie. So.
Right, I'll
Okay.
go front as well then.
Well, I say that single file. So Arnie's muscling to the front. Are you gonna have a square off where you? I'm going to the front. No, I'm going to the front.
No, I'm at the front.
So how are you resolving this, guys?
Tell you what,
You can only go single file.
I'll bring up the rear.
I'm just going to equip a big double-handed sword instead of my shotgun.
Okay. So you draw your double-handed sword. Jan, you want to take up the rear. So Quintius, that put you in third then.
Okay. I'm
So
not going to argue that Quintius is not in the habit of arguing with people over such things.
Okay, so it's Arnold, Alexa, Quintius, Jan.
In fact, no, I'll go behind Alexa because she's a good shot.
Indecision. I love it when Hayden gets racked by indecision in roleplays.
Yeah, well, I've got night vision. I think I've got night vision anyway. So
You've got photo contacts. That's
Is that the same sort of thing? Or
I think photo contacts is like dark sight, isn't it?
Gives you dark sight. I can't remember what the range is on it. It's quite far.
Yeah, I'm gonna engage that. Just get my charger.
Okay. Okay, there is some light spilling down from the open door from the inn upstairs, but it is dark as you walk down the stairs. Alexa, go first.
Your basement, you fucking scrub.
Sorry, what's that?
I said, turn your light on in your basement, you scrub.
We'll have to make our own light.
And all of a sudden it takes the lights out. Fuck off.
And the innkeeper goes, "Oh yeah, sorry, that was stupid of me." And he turns the light on.
Turn out the lights, man. How do they know how to turn out the lights?
James, there's a really good psychic power for just such occasions. A minor power.
When I am a psychic of renown, Dave, I will have many a power. Until then, I have the most basic shit.
No, but in all serious, guys, he doesn't have electric lights down here. In fact, you don't see many electric lights in the actual main inn itself. A lot of them were just torches. The whole place is quite low tech, so not everywhere has running water, electricity, and all sort of conveniences that you take for granted. So it is dark down here, and Alexa, but you can see with your photo contacts.
And I don't have any light source.
There's a bit of light, like I say, a bit of light is flooding down from the open door, but you can't see well. Okay, so I want everyone, please, to roll initiative.
Initiative. I'm unless I say otherwise, I'm just going to be yeah, it's D10. Unless I say otherwise, I'm basically just going to stick in as close as I can to the person in front of me.
Okay, so get rid of Obadiah. So it's D10 plus your agility.
That's terrible. So that's 5.
Okay, 5, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, my initiative command doesn't work for some reason.
7.
Okay, so Jan is 7. What did you roll, Dave?
Just doing mine. There you go.
Okay, so you're on 11.
I didn't roll mine right.
Okay.
1 second.
He rolled 3d10 and got a 4.
I know. Just one d10. I got a 10. So that's 13.
Okay, so 13. Okay, so that puts you at the top, then Jan, then Alexa, then Quintius. So, right, we're going to go to initiative. First up, we have Arnold, but in front of you is Alexa. So let me just put you on the map now. You're still upstairs, so now you're on the map below. Hopefully you can all see yourself.
Uh-huh.
Yep.
Okay. So Alexa, you're at the front.
Okay.
You look around. You get this smell, this
Sweet.
strange musk. It's quite disgusting. Smells of something decomposing down
Nice.
here. Something rotting, rank, and it turns your stomach. You can't see anything just yet, but there are a whole load of boxes and barrels, and you see dead rats everywhere.
I'm going to filter out the smell.
Okay, you turn off the smell. That's much better. Okay, what are you doing, Arnold? It's your turn.
I am going to try and move forward somewhere.
Are you gonna push past Alexa? Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, so where are you moving to?
How do you move on this? Are
Can
these
you-
all blocked up or?
There are these are crates and barrels, so they do impede your movement. But
How do you get around here? Did you?
I'm gonna anything which looks like it blocks your movement, you can pay 1 square to move onto extra. Say you want to move here. Oh, I can't actually. Oh, hang on a sec. Say you want to move here. So say you want to move here. That costs you 2 instead of 1. And that'll cost you. I don't know what you move.
18 for run.
So you want to run headlong into the dark?
No, I'd just like to do 6-inch. But it's going to cost me more. It's going to cost me full movement to see what's happening.
So what do you want to do?
I'd like to
Get
set
in
up.
there and you'll be okay.
I'd like to set up camp.
Camp.
Yeah. And then
So-
pitch my tent.
Okay, so you move forward. You scramble past some of these crates, and yeah, like I say, the smell is getting more overpowering. It's rank, turns your stomach, but you've got an iron stomach, so you're not too badly affected. You still can't see anything, but there are some more crates and barrels in front of you. Next up, it is Yarn.
Wait, I got an 11.
Oh, sorry, Dave. For some reason it says 4. No, you're
I
definitely next.
rolled an 8, so it's 11.
Yep, sorry, Dave. So you are next.
Okay, I'm going to go 1, 2.
Yeah.
Or- yeah. Can I move there for my 3, or is that over something? Just
Yeah, there's kind of a barrel in the way there. So it costs you 2. It costs you 2 to move that 1 square, which I don't think you have. Or do you-
I'm gonna just move there and like stay sort of a bit crouched and turn to Arnie, my pistol in one hand, my cane in the other. Turn to Arnie and say, "Terribly dark in here, old bean. Is there any way we can see what the fuck we're doing?
Maybe we could set the place on fire.
Maybe not the wisest of moves." Yeah, that's my turn.
Okay, you hear a scream, bestial, and stuttering. You're definitely not alone in the cellar, and I will reveal to you.
Anyway, oh yeah, sorry, it's not my turn.
Plague.
Okay, there's a creature.
Is that bad dog?
It's bad dog, yes.
Oh my!
But it looks nothing like a dog. You can barely see it in the darkness, but there is, like I said, a little bit of light. But whatever it is, it doesn't look like a dog. There are multiple tentacles coming out of it. It's got a kind of like a maw, almost like a leech, like a circular mouth with incisors coming in from, all around it. It looks green. There's no sign of any fur, and it seems like it's like slick and slippery, with some kind of moisture or gel, and it screams. That's why it's horrible bestial noise. And I want everyone to make a fear test.
Can I just check on the fear level?
Fear level is 1. Oh, you're probably immune to this, aren't you?
I am, sir.
Okay, you yeah. I mean, you're just not phased. I mean, you're from dusk. Yeah, it's not a problem to Yarn.
What's that against? Sorry.
It's willpower
Give me a second, just do it
plus
down.
10, is it?
Let's have a look. I think it's just a willpower straight. And let me just one moment.
A pet chaos spawn.
Just one moment, guys. I'm just gonna get the rule up. If you just give me 1 moment.
Fear hasn't come up much in our game, so I always have to look it up each time.
Yeah, fortunately. Corruption, going insane, fear and damnation. So it's disturbing. So it's a straight willpower test.
Oh shit. I'm gonna use a fate point.
Okay.
Yeah, I will as well.
Okay. So fate point for Dave. Fate point for Johnny.
Oh, I've got some weird bullshit in my chat that's stopping me do anything right now.
Yeah, I pass. That.
Just a sec.
I know I clicked on perception, but I meant to click on willpower. It's the same thing. I'll take that roll.
So hold on, Johnny. So it looks to me like you failed two rows.
Sorry, 76. Yeah, I failed again. Yeah.
Yeah, you failed twice, Johnny. So 76. I want to know how many degrees of failure you have. 4.
4.5.
6 for me.
Yeah, 4.
6. Ooh.
6 degrees of failure.
Okay, I want a fair test then from Arnold, please.
Yeah, just give me a second. Going to turn the lights on in the middle room.
4 for John
hi,
Carter. And 6 for Dave Bacon.
Oh, he used my real name. That's concerning. Oh.
Or can I just burn a fate point to auto pass? Is that like?
I would let you burn a fate point to auto pass, but it's a severe measure, and I will advise you that you would be wiser to save your fate point.
I see.
But you can, if you want to burn your fate point to pass the fear test, I'll let you do it.
Can I burn that spare one?
Yeah, I'll let you burn your. Yeah, I'll let you do that. So the maintenance you did earlier on last night. You've resynced your defensive mental cogitation system so that you don't really feel any fear at all when you see this dog. Your computer your computer brain or the parts of your brain that is a computer just shunts the threat level to one side so you can act normally.
Excellent.
So you burn your temporary fate point.
Nice.
Okay, so Arnold, please.
I fail.
2.5. Okay, 2 degrees of failure.
Mm-hmm.
Right, so I'd like, please, for Dave and Hayden to roll a D100, and you are adding +10 for every degree of failure. So Dave, a D100 +60, and Hayden, a D100 +20.
What am I rolling it? +20 on what?
As in, you roll a D100, and you add 20 to that roll.
So 40. 40
Oh.
Stay over by Quintus. Oh, jeez.
Oh no! What have I done?
What have you done, Dave? Tell me, what have you done?
How have you got off?
Why can't I roll dice?
Okay, so Hayden, you're on a 41, yeah, and Dave's on a 156.
Sorry.
Oh no!
I roll high, and if I have to roll,
Okay, I'm shocked here. Okay, so 41, Hayden, or Arnold rather, you reel with shock, and you back away from the bad dog that confronts you. You cannot willingly approach the bad dog.
Willpower test.
Have you got a fate point left? You've got 2, haven't you? So you could use a fate point to re-roll it.
Yeah, I'll do it.
Okay, so it could be worse though, by the way. But so you're re-rolling your.
Yeah.
So what have you got? Oh, so you're now actually 4 degrees of failure. So that puts you up to a 61 instead of a 41.
You've made it worse.
You've made it worse. Oh, but it's no. Okay, so instead, sorry, let's revert that back. Hayden, Arnold, you are frozen with terror. You may take no action until you snap out of it. After you snap out of it, You will be at -10 for the rest of encounter on all your stats, and you also gain 1d5 insanity points, which I'd like you to roll for now.
Wow. Killer GM.
Oh, Hayden. Where's your witchcraft when you need it, you bitch?
Would you roll a d5? So you gain 3 insanity.
The voice is cattle.
And you are utterly terrified. I don't know why you're acting so smug, Dave.
No,
We've still got to
being
get to you.
I'm not being smug at all. I'm reveling. I'm
reveling in the destruction.
Failure.
Well, I'm going.
Shit
Well,
yourself
I'm
Oh,
gonna,
no.
yeah, but at this, I'm going to just grab a quick sandwich while you lot carry on.
Right.
Okay.
Come
Quick
on.
sandwich. Quintius.
Yeah.
You crumple to the ground for
Oh.
roll a d5, please.
Oh. Just a sec.
You're babbling and tearing at your own flesh.
Okay.
What did you roll?
2.
2. So you're babbling for 3 rounds and may do nothing.
Okay.
But even when you return to your senses, you'll be at -20 to all your tests until the end of your encounter,
Okay.
and you gain d5 plus 1 insanity points.
Oh shit. D5 plus 1. Well, D5 plus 1. Oh shit, the bed. See? When I need to roll low, I roll high.
So it's 5 plus 5 insanity points for you.
Okay. Fucking motherfuck.
Okay, so at the sight of this horrific, you don't even know what it is, but we'll call it Bad Dog. Arnold and Quintius recoil in fear. Yarn, you look at it. I mean, obviously it's not pleasant to look upon, but you've seen all sorts of horrible things on Dusk, and you're pretty much immune to.
Yeah.
So what are you doing now, Yarn? It's you to go.
Somebody better deal with their bad dog, man.
Okay.
Fuck it up, Jan!
Okay. So you're gonna have to move down at least 2 squares to get into the cellar.
Right, I am going to. I'll move in front of them while I swap my weapon and my. I'll pull the fuck out. I knew I should have just got the staff out straight out, but I will pull my staff out instead of the pistol.
Okay, so you're. I mean, that'll cost you 2 half actions unless you want to drop your pistol. But if you want to sheave your gun and then draw your staff, that's half action to sheave and half action to draw.
Fuck. There's a full action to charge, isn't it?
Yep.
Yes, full action to charge.
Pistol whip.
Yeah, I'll drop the pistol.
Okay.
Pull the staff out and engage Bad Dog. I will. As I move down now, I've got 4. So.
Okay, so that's 1, 2. So that'd be 3. That'd be 3, 4 to go there. You can move diagonal if you want, but I think either way, So that one there is. Oh yes, there's a 1.
That's 2.
That's 2, 3 because of the boxes. So the boxes are like obstacles.
So
it'll cost you an extra square.
4 to where I am, and I will shout at Bad Dog. Sit, boo boo, sit.
Okay.
And I will attempt a survival roll. Oh no, I don't know if I can actually. Can you attempt to placate?
Okay. If you wanted to do this, the skill that you would need is wrangling. However, even if you had wrangling, it may be that this Bad Dog is not a domesticated beast anymore, and therefore, who knows whether it'd work? But I'm afraid you can't do it with survival.
And skill test would be a half action at the very least as well.
Yeah. And I think wrangling is an advanced skill anyway, so you can't even have a go. Alexa, you're up next.
Okay, I'm just gonna.
You can see this beast quite clearly.
I'm just gonna shoot it. Take half aim and shoot it.
Okay.
So
So you're not affected by the darkness
No.
because of your foot contact. Now, Quintius has just dropped to the floor in front of you, so you can get a reasonably clear shot. But there are crates in between you and Bad Dog,
Okay.
so it's possible that you could hit the crates.
Don't shoot the crates, Johnny. I'm hiding behind them.
Okay. Roll to hit. What are you going to do, actually? How are you shooting? What are you doing?
Use my las pistol.
Yeah.
And I'm just going to basically take a shot at it. So half aim shot.
Okay, so it'd be plus 10, plus 20, is it? For short range.
Plus 10 for
And-
short, plus 10 for single shot, and
Yeah.
8.
Plus. Yeah. Okay, so plus 30 then, yeah?
You just try, when it says modified, just put plus 30.
Yeah. Just put 30 and it'll work.
Yeah.
Okay.
Wow. Okay, your targeting protocols are still working just as well as they were on the train. You line up the pistol and fire. It's a beautiful, clean shot, and it takes the Bad Dog in one of his tentacles.
Cool.
Roll damage.
D10 plus what is it? 2.
D10 plus 2, and you've got pen 1 on there because of your tinkering.
10.
Oh my god, here we go again. Go on. Go on, Alexa.
Oh no, it's a 10 total, not a 10 natural, isn't it? So it's 10 total, which is still a very respectable shot, but it's not a critical hit.
That would have been awesome.
The Bad Dog screams in anguish, and when it screams, it does sound almost like a dog. It's the first time it's ever done anything that makes you think that maybe it once was a dog.
Maybe we should,
And it's almost touching the scream of pain.
Come on.
Almost. I'm filtering that out. I'm filtering out any emotions.
Okay, so you've got pen 1. That's halved because it's
Just in
primitive.
terminate mode.
So that puts you on 1, 6. You do 4 wounds to Bad Dog.
Okay.
Oh, I feel sad too. If only I had a giant to eat you, right?
It's a tough son of a bitch. We need to put a fire on it.
Okay.
Literal fire.
Yeah.
Okay, next up is Arnold, and he gets to
Arnold.
try and make a attempt to snap out of his fear. So he needs to make a willpower test.
Okay.
Come on, Hayden.
I'm doing it.
Get your witchery on.
I did.
Yeah.
Okay, Arnold, you've faced many horrors on Fenris. I mean, it's a death world after all, and you have faced terrible beasts. You managed to pull yourself out of your fear quite rapidly, and you spend your turn, fortifying yourself, but you get out of it. So next turn you'll be able to act as normal, but you're at -10, aren't you, because of the fear?
Yeah.
So -10, but you'd still be able to act. So next up then is Quintius, who does nothing apart from gibber a little bit and claw his face a little bit, going, "What is this?"
Yep.
Okay, next up is Bad Dog, who
God.
he looks at Yarn, who has tried to tell him to sit, and he seems to have taken anger at Yarn trying to command him, and charges him.
Dog, you will sit. I will.
Well played, both of you.
He makes an all-out attack, and he's trying to he's slashing at you with one of his tentacles. Okay, it's a hit. Hits your right leg.
It wouldn't be a all-out attack, Al. It'd be a
Oh
charge.
yeah, just be +10. Still hits though.
Well, it'd be +20 if you play by my house rules.
Yeah. Thanks, Dave. But yeah, it's he rolled well, so it would have been a hit. without any modifiers.
Oh,
Okay.
that is a fail to dodge by 0.6.
Okay, how about have you got dodge?
I do. Oh no, I don't. No, actually, no, I don't. No.
What about a parry test on your weapon skill? That's still a fail, though, isn't it?
Yeah, I don't have parry.
No, everyone has parry, don't they?
Everyone has parry, yeah. It's just a weapon skill test.
Yeah.
Plus 10 if it's a balanced weapon.
I think a staff's balance, isn't it?
Yeah, I'm sure it is.
Yeah, I think it is primitive staff.
Okay, so you'd be testing on 44 for a parry with a staff. And you rolled a 46. So you try to knock aside the tentacle and you fail to do so. He strikes you in the right leg. And you have no armor on your legs anymore, do you? Sorry?
No. Was it the legs I was shot, or was it in the
No,
arm?
it was your chest on it. Oh,
I think you took a couple of shots. I think you're.
Yarn put on the leather armor.
Did you put on the lever? I don't think you did.
No, not yet.
Okay, so this is where I'm at with you. I think is that both Quintius and Yarn lost all of their flak armor. You took several shots and it just turned to dust and disintegrated.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I thought Yarn had maybe put his leather armor on the.
I didn't want.
He didn't want to look. He didn't want to look like a bandit.
Yeah,
which is probably very sensible.
Yeah.
So
Have,
you still have your bone vest on, which is so you've got two primitive armor on your chest. But that's all you've got, I'm afraid. So you've got no armor, unfortunately. Oh dear.
Oh.
Okay, so he's got a tearing attack, which means he's rolling 2 dice and he's adding picking the highest. You've got no armor on that location. What's your toughness? Is it 4?
4, yeah. Well, yeah, bonus 4, 41.
Okay, you take a total of 8 wounds, which puts you down on 0 wounds. Okay.
Oh well.
Shit, yeah.
Okay, so sorry, I rolled very well. And plus, you've got no armor, which is quite dangerous.
Yeah.
Okay, so right. So what happens with critical hits? I think you have to go down below 0. Is that right?
Yes, that's how.
So if you take any more damage from now on, you could be taking critical damage, Mr. Yarn. So next up is Yarn.
Whoa.
Disengage, man. Oh.
Fate points are there to be burned. Don't worry about
Oh yeah, you've got fate points. I mean, you probably won't be able to die because you can burn fate points.
Oh, true that. Yeah.
But you still fate points are a valuable resource, and you don't want to burn them unless you really have to.
Yeah.
Okay, so next up, Yarn. What you're doing? You take a horrible strike to your arm from the tentacle, and you see Yarn. You think it has a tail, and it's wagging. What would you like to do?
Dog, you will respect my authority. And twat the dog.
I'm going to twat the dog. So are you making an all-out attack or a standard attack or what?
Just standard because I'll want to right.
Want to parry?
Yeah, I want to parry later on.
You can do an aimed single
Yeah,
attack
you can aim
and still have your
half an
parry.
action. Or the other thing you could do, Brownie, is to cast Lucky.
Cast the spell that will not be named.
Or yeah, I mean that'd be maybe good for your parry or for your attack.
Yeah. I'll do that. So D10 plus 5.
Okay. So you command the spirits to bend fortune to your will.
And then I will be striking the bad dog.
Okay, you whack the bad dog.
No.
Okay, it's
In the Emperor's name, I will save the reroll.
okay, very wise. Okay, so you swipe at the dog, but you're a little bit off balance after the heavy wound you've taken on your leg, and your attack goes wide.
May
So
I remind the DM whose fault it is we don't have armor?
It's actually no. I've got to say again. You could have bribed the Crooked Quartermaster, and you maybe got some real armor.
So you say.
I had
All right, I'm a killer GM. I admit it.
I had nothing to bribe him with, and you knew that, Alan. You knew that. I had to bluff my way into my own doom.
Okay, this is Dark Heresy. All right, we're not playing some kind of.
And
We're not playing Care Bear Heresy.
Guys, there will be blood.
Retaliation between campaigns. I love it. Okay, so next up then is Alexa.
Okay, I'm just going to take another half-own shot at it.
Okay, be aware now it's in combat with Yarn, so
Okay.
if you have an unlucky shot, it might shoot Yarn,
That's
and
okay.
he's taken a wound as well. So
I'm not going to miss, so it's all right.
okay.
Oh, Johnny.
Okay, that's a great shot.
Oh, Johnny. Don't be doing that to me. My heart's weak.
Okay, it's a beautifully aimed shot. Goes straight past Yarn, and it slams into one of the other tentacles of Bad Dog. Roll for damage.
Okay, D10.
I was going to say we need to get Alexa a sniper rifle, but we fucking don't. We just need to get something with a ridiculous power on it.
It's only
Okay.
3. Can I use a fate point to re-roll that?
You can if you've got one. Have you not used any fate points yet? Have you?
I've burned my temporary one, and then
Yep.
I've got 1 fate point left, so I'm going to use it now because it's probably a good time. So.
Hang on a sec, Johnny. Hang on a sec. I've got one. You've used one here. Is that right?
Yeah, that's. Yeah.
Right.
Trying to think. Have you used one earlier on? Just trying to think.
No, that was the what do you call it? The
temporary one.
What do you call? Yeah, when I did a re-roll, and then I asked afterwards. I was like, "Can I just burn that and pass it?"
Yeah, okay. I just see that I've got one written down here, but if you don't think you've used one, then yeah. You can...
I got my one, and then I got the
okay, that's fine.
one, didn't I?
So yeah, Johnny, make your re-roll then, please.
Okay. See what I can do. 10.
Whoa! Great
Just
use of faith.
Get the fuck out, Johnny. Jesus.
Nice. Johnny,
Go on, nail that fucking
okay,
dirty
so roll a confirmed critical. Oh, unfortunately not. Okay, so what do we say?
Oh, I don't know. Hang on. I've got a ballistic skill of 36.
Right.
What modifiers do I have?
You'll have
that won't do it.
plus 30, but you still don't make it.
Yeah,
I'm afraid.
still won't do it. Oh, well.
You'd be plus 30, but you'd also be. It's in combat, isn't it? So it'd be minus 20.
So it's plus 2. So that's
right.
10 plus 2 damage. That's 12 damage.
Okay, it's still very respectable. You do 6 wounds to Bad Dog.
Yeah.
And it screams in pain and yelps.
Down, boy.
Next up, top of the round is Arnold.
I'm gonna all-out attack Bad Dog.
Okay.
Go on, Al.
You're at minus 10, but it's plus 30 for all-out attack, so plus 20.
Trying to find a mouse.
The best way to deal with your fears, Arnie, is to kill them.
Hayden, I can barely hear you.
Sorry, Johnny. I had the microphone
Sorry.
away from my mouth.
I know, it's okay, mate.
Okay, so all that attack then, you're at plus 20 on your weapon skill?
I'm trying to get there. It's something to register. I've got greasy fingers from handling butter.
Buttery fingers.
Let me just go plug my mouse in and I'll be there. It'll be in 5, 4, 3. There we are. What was it?
Plus 20.
What was it?
So weapon skill for a hit with your greatsword, right?
Oh yeah.
You've got plus 30 for an all-out attack, but minus 10 because of the fear. So that puts you on plus 20.
Okay. Weapon skill 20. Man.
Okay. Yes, the best way to deal with that you fear is to mercilessly slay it, such as the Fenrisian way. You strike clean and pure with your greatsword, and you strike the creature in one of its legs. No, you strike it in the main body. Roll damage. It's 2d10 plus your strength.
So D10, D10, and then my strength is 5.
5.
Mm.
So you've got a total of then 7, 15, 20. It's got a pen of 2. So that does 20 minus 5. So you do 15 wounds to Bad Dog.
Respectable.
And you just put your sword pretty much straight through its body. It's already taken quite a few wounding hits from the others. And it screams one last time before it's finally still. The tentacles are still thrashing around even after its death, and it's got death throes. Blood spills out of its wound. The blood is black and full of maggots.
Nice.
The smell is rank and overpowering.
Okay.
I'm going to turn around and say I want no more parts being next to it. I want no more parts being next to this.
Okay, guys, you've successfully slayed Bad Dog, and I think that is where we shall leave it.